이렇게 넘어오는 거 을 완전히 잘 메웠었고요. 잘 막는 환경이 나오는 거거든요.
그렇죠. 좀 왼쪽까지 들어오면서 여기까지도
뒷문도 잠궜어요.
네, 터뜨렸습니다. 굉장히 많은 숫자의 질럿들이 들어왔고
길목이 좀 넓기 때문에 푸드가 활용할 수 없는 공간이었습니다만
길을 막아두고요. 팔짝이가 완벽한데요.
말 그대로 정말 완벽한 하드코어 질럿 러시가 되어버렸어요.
그렇죠. 레전드 기술 나오는데요. 지금 여기는 너무 고지까지 올라갔습니다.
레어도 못 눌렀는데 아무것도 하지 못하도록
서로 타이밍을 노리는
양이 꽤 되거든요. 공인업.
지금은 생각지도 못한 속도의 공인업입니다.
자, 안 나갔자 이제 한 번의 타이밍에 추가 질럿 또 나옵니다. 이번엔 다크 또 셔틀까지.
하이템플러를 응당 준비하겠지라고 생각하는 그 어떤 생각을 또 비틀었어요. 9시 쪽에 질럿 한번 슬쩍 보여주는 것도 너무 좋은데요.
네, 여기부터 깨고.
그렇죠. 오버로드가 나올지 모르니까요. 한 군데 마비 시켰습니다.
다크 내기.
와, 타다 그 사진 그 자체. 아예 이쪽은 깨져요. 이러면 왜요? 깨져요.
저승사자.
이름 가리고 이 플레이만 봐도 이거는 변현재구나.
자원줄 끝까지 탈수하면서
나중에 또 들어가서 한 번 더 무조건 좀 손해보지 않고 성공시킬 수 있다는 생각으로 지금 과격한 러시를 하고 있는 거거든요.
다리를 좀 만들어 놓고 위로 올라가면서 하나씩 끊어내는 베럭스까지 왔거든요.
자, 일단은 스페셜에서 태클을 올리고 추후에 스페셜이 만든 이후에 뮤탄 먼저 생산. 그 이후에 하이브를 바로 눌렀죠.
본진 안쪽에서 수비를 하고 있는 이재호 선수입니다.
디팔러를 빠르게 당겨 지금 뽑아내면서 추가 확장을 가져가는 식으로 준비를 하고 있는 건데
자, 안쪽에서 수비하게 만들어주고 있고.
보세요, 지금 해처리 여기가 해처리입니다.
야, 준비한 무기가 있다고 이야기했거든요.
다른 곳에 해처리가 없어요 지금. 여기 지을 것처럼.
잘 봐라. 여기 봐라.
여기 온다.
바람잡이 드론이에요.
이래도 느리기 때문에
그렇죠.
자 뭔가 스캔이 있는데 어디에서 지금 이 냄새가 나는지 알 수가 없어요.
해처리 어디다가 펴지? 여기다.
임페리오가 남의 집 대문 앞에 돼 있어요.
걸어 기다리고 있어야 돼. 여기
이거 진짜 무서운 병력이거든요.
반갑습니다.
여기서부터 원래 김성태 선수를 정의하던 것이 디파일러거든요.
여러분이 보고 계신 게 AS입니다. 그러면서 지금 받아치고 있는 상황이고요. 나왔던 탱크 숫자 좀 줄이고 있습니다. 그리고 벌써 아래쪽으로 내려간 마인메설 탱크도 전진 배치돼요.
이렇게 되면 이병력이 갖췄죠. 이병력이
최우선
정도 시기에 어떻게 정도의 탱크로 전진을 한다는 거 자체가 보통의 그런 발상이 아니거든요.
우선은
오히려 늦게 잡히면서 드랍십이
저번에 지금 골리앗이 아직도 내려가는 사람 지금 잡는 바람에
신경을 크게 계속 만들어 놓으면서 드랍십을 떨굴 만한 그런 공간을
한 드랍십입니다.
시야는 이미 확보가 되어 있고요. 저 지역은
시장 가는데요.
공격을 시도하는 거예요. 가만히 놔두면
이건 어쩔 수 없이 그냥 들어가야 되겠는데요.
엘리전입니다. 엘리전.
순식간에 엘리전이 됐습니다.
자, 드랍십이 어떤 역할을 해주는지가 중요합니다.
병력이 나올 수 있는 루트를 완전히 차단했거든요. 자, 레이스!
레이스.
최우선이 대응이 더 좋아요!
재능탕 싸움은 역시 최우선이죠.
공격적으로 가겠다라는 구성훈 선수의 스타일대로의 해석입니다.
테란 드론이 좀 쐈기 때문에
뒤쪽에도 탱크라인이 있어요.
와 지금 9팩째 올라가고 있거든요 이미.
탱크 중심으로 병력 구성해서 나가고 있어요.
이렇게 이 대놓고 이 과감하게 온다라는 것은
이거 터렛 아닙니까?
디펜시브.
와, 여기다 금으로 쳐놨습니다. 레이스가 활약하기 시작하죠. CJ.
the secrets, but I'm keeping quiet. Silence is golden, and they call me Midas. Making the moves, not making no noise. Still keeping up with all of the boys. We want all the secrets, but I'm keeping quiet. Silence is golden, honey. Making the moves, not making no noise. Still keeping up with all of the boys. You want all the secrets, but I'm keeping quiet. Silence is golden.
It's that time of year, ladies and gentlemen. We're back. It's ASL Season 15. I am Nyoken, and joining me this time around is the one and only Eonzerg. What's up, dude?
Hey, Nyoken, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting season. We don't have scan this time around, so we're not going to have translations. But what we will have is we will have Zerg expertise on the desk. And I'm looking forward to this season, man. You got any favorites for our Group A? It's Mini versus Hiya, and then we've got Action versus Ssak.
I mean, I think it's not really a secret that Mini is like, if not top 1, at least like top 2 products in the scene right now. So, in my opinion, like Mini is like the big, it's like the hero here in this group.
Yeah, I think for sure Mini's the favorite in this group. And then I think it's a toss-up between the rest of them. Personally, I'm a big fan of Action. Every single season, I think to myself, this guy's got killer Zerg versus Terran. I could see him go even as far as maybe top 4. But every season, something just falls apart for him. Like last season, there was a game, I think, versus Royal on Vermeer, where his build order was sick. Except the problem was he took the main instead of the natural. And then I watched Marine Medic just avoid the Sunkens, and everything fell apart. I hope he can get it together, because really, I do think his Zerg versus Terran is top notch. And this season, I think we have something like 12 Terrans in ASL. It's crazy.
I can agree with more with you actually about Action, because this is the guy. I don't know if you remember or if you experienced this, but it was the guy from the Istro team back in the days in Kespa, Pro League and all of that. That was like the guy that was pumping. He was like one of like the better players, and then when he went to KT to Team Flash, everyone was like, oh man, now you know, Action with this Flash practice, he's going to be like in Jadon level or something like that. You know, like he's going to really jump in the skill. But somehow he always he comes short when it comes to tournament results. I don't really know why.
Yeah, I also don't know why. I don't know if it's the nerve or what it is. I mean, Action's been around for so long. You know, he's been on the big stage. You can't imagine it can be nerves, but maybe it is. But definitely something catches him every single season. Now, there's a face you may not recognize. That is Hiya right there. We see him every now and then in the ASL. He's pretty good, and I actually think on these particular maps he's got a good shot. And the reason I say that is we got some weird maps, man. We've got 76, which is like 815. We've got a map called Dark Origin. Kind of gives me Polaris Rhapsody / Bifrost vibes. But if we get onto 76, that map has one gas. There's no gas at the natural, and both Ssak and Hiya are very good with race. So I think they actually have a good shot if we can get a map that's weird like that. But yeah, I mean, again, I think it is Mini's group to lose right here. I mean, he's just so beast, dude.
Man, it's so nostalgic to see Hiya in this because I don't know why, or maybe it's so iconic that this guy played this Grace style into nukes in some weird map called
Yeah.
how was called? It was a 3-players map.
I think it's Triathlon.
Yeah, something like that. With some specific characteristics to the map, you know, some mechanics to the map. And yeah, I mean, I'm surprised he qualified for this, to be honest. I don't think he's like this guy that qualifies like very often, right? Like I think like maybe in the last 7 years, maybe he qualified like 2 times or something like that.
Yeah, he kind of alternates. Like he'll be in a season and then he'll be gone like 1 or 2 seasons and then he'll be back. He's definitely near the bottom of the list in ASL. I mean, he's a great player, but it's just so hard these days because everybody's so freaking good. So I think Hiya's kind of the lone man out in this particular group, and then I feel like Action or Ssak are kind of battling for second place, unless, like I said, Hiya can get a weird map that favors his style.
Well, actually, I was thinking about Hiya. I've been thinking about the cast a lot, and you know, the Brewer change. Well, it's not a secret. There is like evolution, of course, but I feel like in the past the strategy used to be like more straight, you know, like it used to favor Hiya because he was like one time in push attack guy. You know what I mean? Like it was so often that you prepare this specific strategy with the specific times. It doesn't really mean to be all in from the get-go, but it was like directed to finish your opponent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember like 15 years ago when Rhett was on Estro or practicing really hard to get onto Estro. He was telling me like, man, you really need to do this Hiya go-go build where they're going for that 3 tank push, you know, like 10 minutes right before defilers. Because it will just kill them every single time. Of course, now we're in an era where that doesn't happen almost ever. But yeah, back then, that particular timing at around 10 minutes, that was almost an unstoppable timing. I remember Rhett often crying about it to me.
Yeah, but the guy even for Terran versus Protoss, he used to have like specific strategies.
Oh, okay.
With the bio mix, you know, I remember this guy doing stuff like that. So I feel like the problem with Hiya is the evolution of the gameplay. That it's just like his strength was to, because I remember like he used to kill Jadon so many times with timing attacks. It was so crazy, like, and Jadon in his prime, and you could see the guy just like preparing some timing and just like killing Jadon like that, and advancing in the group stages. It was crazy.
Yeah, that is true. I forgot that him and Jadong were on the same team, so his Terran versus Zerg for sure is no joke. And it's funny you mentioned the bio in TVP because now that I'm thinking about it, when I first came back to Remastered, actually one of the first few videos that I found was of Hiya's like 40 builds that he had on YouTube, and the Marine Medic build that I often use when I see Terran or Protoss players go for triple Nexus off of no robotics. Well, I got it from Hiya right here. He was the one that said, you know, put down 4 barracks, cut at like 28 SCVs or supply, and then just all in right before they get Reavers. So he definitely has moves like that up his sleeves. He knows all the timings for sure. I don't know if that will work versus Mini if we get a wild TVP, because Mini, he plays so weird sometimes, man. There are games that I watch him play, he'll be winning, and then all of a sudden he'll build like 20 DTs, no joke, or he'll build like 5 Archons. I'm like, wait, what? What's this? And he just still makes it work.
I think Mini is like the most rare player in the ASL, to be honest, when it comes to the strategy. It's so micro intensive, it's so unit specific. It's not, I really don't recall like Mini being this like guy to fight with big armies and like closing it. It's always been like these very close situations with the multiple exchanges, punches, exchanges. I feel like Mini excel so much in that aspect compared to other players. Like he's really like get so much from so little. It's crazy.
Yeah, I am glad you brought that up because I remember Larva talking about Mini in particular, and he was saying that Mini hates to play late game. He just doesn't like to play it, which is why you see him not necessarily all in, but go for battles constantly. He tries to test your multitask, tries to test your micro and macro at all points in the game because he doesn't want it to go to 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes. For whatever reason, he just doesn't like that. So that's why you often see him go for those weird unit comps and timings. I remember, because when I watch Mini, often I have the same feelings. I'm like, man, this guy never plays for late game. He never goes, like 20 carriers, TVP. He's always just constantly dropping shuttles on you. He always feels like he gets into this mode like, I gotta end it right now. I gotta end it right now. And that's, I think, the only downside I see to Mini is his late game is kind of lacking simply because he just never gets there.
Yeah, I mean, this guy is a pro gamer. So I don't really play the game that Mini doesn't know how to late game, but maybe it's one of these situations that were like it's like Biso, right? Just to make to see the difference. Like Biso he sells so much in mechanics and multitasking that his strategy doesn't really like shine. And Mini, his early game shines so much that just like overshadow his late game.
Yeah, that could be the case. One thing that I've noticed with Mini's TVP is he'll use Reavers even 20 minutes into the game, sometimes even past that. And in previous years, I mean, maybe Reavers are useful up until 10 minutes because, Terrans can still do timing attacks up until then. But after that, they kind of just throw away the Reaver because it's so hard to actually make use of it. But he still manages to find value with it. There was a game a few months ago, I don't know how you would find this, but it was Mini versus Light on Polypoid. Light was bottom right, Mini was top left. And these Reavers that he had literally survived for 25 minutes, and they had a billion kills. It was unreal how effective they were. And we are going to be going into our games in just a second. Looks like the interviews were over. Of course, because we don't have the translations, not sure exactly what they said, but I think I could read some of the text. They asked what map they wanted to, or they were looking forward to play on this season, and also who they wanted to face off in this group. I am sure Mini wants to face, I was going to say the Terrans, but now that I'm thinking about it, he's so strong versus Zerg, I'm sure he really wants to face Action. And I think all the Terrans really want to avoid Mini.
Oh, really? Do you think he want to face Action?
I mean, his Protoss versus Zerg, that's his best matchup, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, there is other option that is not Action. Oh my god, oh my god. Okay, that's a good take. I didn't expect that.
I mean, his PVZ is just so good, man. Like, every time I think of Mini, I just think of him crushing Zero or Queen on Polypoid.
But this guy is a best of one.
It is best. Oh, that is true. I forgot about that. It is best of one. I guess all Protosses want to avoid Zerg at that point because of all the all-in potentials. So maybe he does.
Always this. Yeah.
I was gonna say, so maybe he does really want to get the Terrans, but like you said, you know, Hiya, he is a sneaky Terran. He could pull out a bio build. I don't know. This could get wild because it is best of one. I definitely forgot about that.
Yeah, no. If I wasn't in Mini position, I will pick like Hiya or for sure. Like there's no way I'm picking Action.
Well,
like
yeah.
this guy can just like put 2 Zerglings in my main and destroy the game in a best of one.
That is true. That is true. We see stuff like that in BSL where Zeke does the same thing. You get 2 Lings, or we get 2 Zeke Lings in the main, and it's lights out for Protoss. Let me see what this says. We're getting a look at the prize pool. Schedule is it goes from today all the way until April 28th, so it's 2 months long. Not very long, actually. And I do want to point out that this season seems different from last season, where we had something like Tuesday and Saturday casts. It's going to be today, tomorrow, which is Wednesday, and then Friday. So it's 3 days during the week, at least for the round of 24. Let me see if I can read any of this right now. The first 2 games are on a new map. The next map, or the winner's map, is going to be on Nemesis, and then the last one, I think it said Dark Origin. So, okay, there we go. So the first map is going to be New Heartbreak Ridge. Now, I don't know about you, Eonzerg, but I have nightmares about this map all the way from 10 years ago playing it on iCup.
That is funny. I actually never understood like these Terrans complaining about this map. Like it, like Terran versus Protoss. It's like if you defend well, you are going to win the game. There is no way you lose.
Well, it is true that it is a 2-player map, and Terran is very strong on 2-player maps. The problem for me on this particular map, if we want to talk about Protoss, is the main is so open. Recall is just literally every angle you can get hit by recall. And they don't even have to play arbiters either. I mean, carriers, there's so many up and down ledges, there's so many cliffs, that carriers almost become impossible to fight unless you're actually just fighting in the middle of the map. That's my personal experience, TVP. In Terran versus Zerg, I played Hyun, the pro gamer from NBC Game. I even remember this 15 years later. Played him on Heartbreak Ridge. I had never seen it before. It was the Lurker, or the Hydra Defiler, where he just plagued my army from the high ground over and over and one-shotted all my Marines. And I didn't have vision. It was the most annoying, most cancer Terran versus Zerg I'd ever played on Heartbreak Ridge. I think it was one of the last games I ever played on Heartbreak Ridge, because I just couldn't stand that map afterwards.
Yeah, man. Wow.
And
You know what I
speaking of,
remember about Heartbreak? It's like Erik is super strong.
oh yeah, that is for sure. It is super strong. I don't think depots completely wall you into your main, but there is some type of SimCity that you can do that I'm pretty sure you can wall the Lings in. And speaking of Hyun, he's actually in tomorrow's group, which is Group B. And okay, I see the second point in here in the ASL group at the bottom. It says Terran Master Action. So even ASL casters and the ASL organizers recognize the skill of Action. Hopefully he can do well in this group. I think he's got a really good Terran lineup. I think for sure he's favored over Ssak and Hiya, aka Ingal here. But Mini versus Action is going to be our first matchup, which is PVZ, and as we stated, it's Heartbreak Ridge. What do you hate about Heartbreak Ridge? You just mentioned the 8 racks, but what about PVZ?
Wow, that's a good question. Because I feel like, have you ever like played Surf for fun and this guy making the forge in your natural and just blocking you?
Yeah.
I used to hate that a lot. I don't think this guy will do it. But yeah, overall, Heartbreak is like, it's not such a complex map. Maybe not that many minerals in your expansions. Yeah, I think overall it's not super hard to defend on Heartbreak. And probably you are going to be favored at some point in the late game, but if it gets like super close, like I don't know, man, it's hard to put into words what I feel about Heartbreak. I don't know. I feel like it actually Heartbreak my heart so many times that I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I do remember the forge at the entrance blocking a lot of Zergs in, and actually I must have read this graphic wrong or something, because I thought it was going to be Mini versus Action, or I just had a brain fart, but it's actually Mini versus Hiya on Heartbreak.
Yeah, well, that was the first one. The first match was Mini against Hiya.
Yeah, so we've got the PVT, and I'm sure we're going to see one of the typical Protoss moves, whether it's going to be a gas steal or a forward gate or proxy gates, or they used to be very strong on this map. I remember.
Oh, do you remember that game Bisu versus mine? That the gateway die, but the silo go out, at the same time. That was so crazy. Yeah, you could see mind face like.
I don't remember that exactly, but I do play Terran, and I have experience where that has happened. And as soon as I see the zealots still pop out after I kill the gate, often I'm just instantly leaving the game. It's just so tilting. We're getting a look at the map details. 9 minerals, 1 gas in the main, 8 minerals, 1 gas at the natural. You can see the highlight here pointing out that this mineral can be mined in the back, and you can actually loop around with, I guess, Dragoons if you want, or, you know, Templars or something. And what else here? It's a 36-second rush distance, and also all these ramps are all high ground. It's very annoying to deal with trying to go for a push as Terran, but at the same time, if you do actually manage to get into position on Heartbreak Ridge, you can sit behind that ledge outside the natural, and then you've got a big shield, and you'll be able to blast down that Nexus pretty easily. So if Hiya goes for a timing, like we were talking about him being a timing player, he's definitely going to have some trouble getting actually to the natural. And it looks like we are ready to get into game 1. So let's get into game 1, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be Mini versus Hiya, aka ENG, on Heartbreak Ridge.
It's going to do a Proxy gateway, man. I'm telling you, Mini, I can see it already.
Okay, in the bottom right, former ASL champ, it is Mini, and already he's tilted about something.
Bot split.
And in the mid left, we have our yellow Terran. It is ENG, aka Hiya. All right.
You know, it's so funny that in StarCraft, Brewer, the game starts with the split. Like, it's so important in pro games.
Yeah, every little minor thing matters at this point.
That probably means that he wanted to do a Proxy build, and now he can do it because the timing is messed up.
I mean, that's true. He may not be able to go for it. We'll see. Okay, actually, he does have a forward gate, and now I'm finally realizing what people were mentioning with the colors. I see that the mini map is actually wrong on my screen. Let me see if I can fix this.
Well, you are lucky. Like, it, to be honest with you, my quality is not that great. But yeah, no mark plays so far from the players. It seems like Mini is trying to steal gas from Terra. Is he going to do it? Yes. Okay, I'm surprised he let the guy to steal his gas, to be honest.
Okay, folks, I'm gonna try and switch over to VLC player, and we'll see if that fixes the quality. 1 second.
Mini being annoying with the worker right now, trying to get a CB, but so far didn't accomplish too much. Mini is also doing a gateway in his natural. Hiya about to scout this. Now, if Proxy actually steal the gas from Terran, that probably means that he's going to go Nexus first.
Yeah, for sure, he could be going for a Nexus first.
No,
well,
he's
he
doing a
does already have
simulator.
the gate, yeah. I am trying to set up VLC. I didn't realize that the mini map or the probe selection and command center and stuff were greened out for some reason.
Oh wow, Mini's so sneaky, man. She's actually like But wait, he need more than one worker to use the back entrance. Wow. Silo thrown by to the main. Hiya with only 2 marines. He's going to miss it. He's missing that Silot. I can't believe it. He missed that Silot. Okay. Silot going to the minerals. Noisy big kill so far. I mean, it's not doing too much. What he's doing is that now he's going to accumulate 2 silos in the main, pretty much. And a tier 1 is coming, so wow, that can actually, like, it can be so dangerous. Like, I mean, 3 silos in the main is too much.
Yeah, the 3 zealots are going to deal a ton of damage. They're already racking up so many marine
Oh
kills.
my god. Oh my god. Okay. Apparently Mini sent the Silot back. He didn't really keep trying for it. That's the reason that the Silot never went into the main.
Yep, so...
Well, so far... Yeah, go.
I was going to say, so pretty much, I mean, Hiya did a decent job of shutting it down. He killed 2 zealots. He didn't lose that much. He's in an okay position right now, but Nexus going up for Mini. I'm going to have to fix this issue with the colors after this particular game, because right now I can't figure out how to set up the source, and yeah, it's just a disaster.
Back
right
entrance is open, so that means that Mini can use the dragons in the high ground. That can be annoying, especially if there is no tank. Can deny the no, he didn't.
Oh no, he's got another zealot. So that zealot goon combo is gonna really do a freaking ton of damage here. How many marines does he have? I think he had 3. Okay, he only has 2. Definitely not an. Oh no! And that, look at that barrack. You could see that the marine, I think, wanted to go into the main, but I don't think it can actually. Oh, it can fit for sure. Zealot just walks in. This is a nightmare. Oh my god! He's got an add-on going right now.
He got the Silot in the main.
Yeah, so add-ons going down. So he has nothing in there. This Zealot is gonna get so many kills, and the goons are gonna deal so much damage here. Oh my god, this game might already be. I mean, it might not end right now, but this is basically game-ending damage. This is so much damage.
It's a lot of damage. It's too much. It's too much.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe some miracle mines or something like that, but I mean, knowing Mini, there is probably a robotic in the way already. Yeah.
Yeah, Robo is almost done, or it is done.
I don't think he can even leave the base. Oh, there is a tank. Okay.
Well, if this Rax dies, he's just going to kill the tank. He's just going to run in there and kill it. That was a really good repair, but still just not in time. And this is an open entrance and open main. 4 goons, 2-shot tanks. So he absolutely cannot leave that tank isolated because it will get instantly picked off. Oh my god.
Oh, that tank is...
Okay, he's got siege. That's good for now, but this is... He might lose his natural. I mean, he might lose his command center. He's got to hurry up.
Hey, Mini, what are you doing? Mini, what are you doing?
Okay.
Mini?
He's got it. He's got it. He's going to knock down that...
You think so?
Oh, does he?
You think so?
Oh, I thought he did. But he is actually going to hold, so that was a really clutch hold there. The SCVs did a good job to body block.
I think Mini overextended. I don't think it matters, but yeah. I think he saw the opportunity to maybe to even get more advantage, and he overextended a bit. But I mean, no big deal. Like, I'm pretty sure like the advantage is good enough that losing 3 dragoons for 1 tank can be a good trade.
Yeah, that's definitely an okay trade because of how the game has gone, losing so many SCVs and losing all his Marines. But, you know, if this was a game where Terran didn't take any damage, then, of course, that was not the trade you're looking for. But this Reaver, is it already here? I think it is done. So he's going to unload into the natural.
Turrets are not ready. Turrets are not ready. I mean, there is not a single turret. There is not even like a siege tank right now. Okay, then now we have one.
Okay. Oh, actually, he does have more Marines than I thought. I was like, wow, how's he going to deal with the shuttle with no turrets? He's not going to be able to shoot it at all. It's not going to be able to be pushed back at any point. The fact that he hasn't unloaded at all makes me think he may not have actually had a Okay, he does have it. It does unload, and he is going to get 4 SCVs right there. Speed kicks in. Oh, that might have been dangerous. Turret's done.
Okay, it started slow, but River did some.
Yeah, it did a decent
And this
amount.
will no way.
Oh, perfect timing from Hiya there. He needed this to get back into the game. He's going to catch like 6 or 7 probes. That was pretty perfect, man. That's exactly what he needs. Unfortunately for him, he's still down 15 supply, but that evened up the Reaver kills. So definitely ENG making a comeback here, but what does Mini have for tech in his main? Okay, it's just 4 gates and 2 Reaver. Okay, Citadel coming down, so we are going to be going into most likely Arbiter play, or I guess mass shuttles, which is what he loves to play. But we've got a small move out, 3 tanks, 2 Marines, and 5 Ultras going for a wraparound here. Reaver's in position though, so that's going to be denied.
I feel like Hiya is doing this wrong. I don't think he can like be aggressive. There is a shuttle with Reavers.
Yeah, I mean, Reaver shut down everything. I think that this army is way too little.
Oh, wait.
But he gets into the natural. The Reavers aren't there. Oh! Gets a big hit onto the goons, and the move out, this is 5 tanks. 5 tanks is way different than 3 tanks. And this is actually 6 is a ton of DPS. Where's his Reavers, man? They're not with the tanks. They're not with the Vultures. And Hiya's setting up for a push on this third base. This third base could get shut down.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy. I can't believe my eyes.
I can't either. I mean, look at the supply. It's 90 to 60. This isn't what's supposed to be happening. Terran versus Protoss. Terran just gets into position with 6 tanks and a couple of Marines. And now Mini doesn't have an observer, so he suicides a couple of goons.
Oh no. I mean, like, I don't know what Hiya just did, but he's like accumulating a wave of good luck that he thinks unstoppable right now.
Yeah, I like what Mini's doing, though, is instead of trying to engage this army, he's just going to loop around and make sure that the army can't be reinforced. And that makes it so much easier to clean up. The Reaver can hold this entrance basically forever. It's going to be nigh impossible for tanks to get through.
Is open again.
I know, the Vultures, man. They're going to try and get in, and it's... Oh, did he actually open up the back? I don't think he mined that out. No.
Well, the Mini is lucky Hiya didn't really like scout it.
Oh, he's in the net. Okay, there's a Reaver, so it's not going to deal that much damage.
I mean...
Oh. No.
No way. Well, that is Mini.
Yeah, just
that guy killed a Butur with a worker.
Yeah, I know. That Reaver did a lot of damage, but wasn't able to finish that job. Needed a little help from the probe. But we do have an engage. Well, I can tell you this. If Mini lets this army get across the map, this is going to be really tough. Hiya, I don't think, knows that there's units sitting on the high ground. Okay, there it goes. Smartly goes to the bottom.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. It's not easy to break these ridges, but... Mini missed the army. He's going for it.
He's just going for a counter. This is fine also because there's no tanks. Oh, if that... Okay. Oh, he got the shuttle, but there's one left over. And those tanks did not commit to bottom right, so they can actually turn around and help this incoming... Oh, he's already got speed. This is a totally different ball game now that he has speed, but he can't lose those Reavers. Oh, really clutch pickup.
This is such a tricky game.
Tank on the high ground doing a lot of work. He's got SCV support to repair it. The Reaver unloads and kills a tank. He's going to kill this tank on the high ground. And we've got Mini streaming more units across the map. I think at this point, Mini's done it. You can see Hiya's not even looking at his screen anymore or at his main anymore. He's going to try and push bottom right. So he's given up on saving his main, which is obviously not good for him. And it's 130 supply to just 50. We're going to see GG any moment now.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like Mini just like shines so much in this type of game. Like he's winning because he's to be honest, Mini.
Yeah, I mean, he is pretty sick. So, unfortunately for Hiya here, the early game just went too poorly for him. He had a really good comeback. I mean, he even kills bottom right if you look at the mini-map. But at this point, it's just too much Protoss. The Vulture harassment did a good chunk of damage, but in the end, not enough. There it is. GG comes out.
GG!
Well done by Mini, and he looks as dangerous as ever.
That was a great first game. That was great because I was to the point that, okay, Terran is about to GG, we are going to the next game, into so much, I don't know if call it like luck or skill or what, but somehow like Hiya was able to find damage after damage, and it made the game interesting.
It definitely did make the game interesting. He had a good comeback, like I said, but when you're down that much in ASL, I mean, it's just basically impossible to recover. So well done from Mini. He has made it into the winners round. And we'll be going into a break in just a second, and we'll be back with, what was it, Ssak versus Action? What do you think about that matchup?
It's going to be great. I'm telling you already, predictions, that Ssak is going to play Valkyries, and Arjun is going to play two Hatcheries Mutas.
Oh yeah, you think that's going to be the move? I mean, Action's well known for playing 3-hatch style. I think we could see it. It is going to be Heartbreak Ridge, too. I mean, he could take a corner base. What about 8 racks? You think we might see an 8 racks from Ssak?
Well, actually, Ssak love that strategy. But, I mean, I used to remember this map, like the map that really, like, popularized this T1 strategy with the Valkyries, you know? So I'm putting, like, it's going to play wall into Valkyries.
Okay. Well, we'll be back in just a minute. I'm going to try and figure out what the issue is with the screen colors. Okay, folks, as you can see, I have delayed it a little more because I was switching it, so that's why you see this commercial again. So hopefully this fixes it. This is the VLC player instead of the Google Chrome extension. One can hope, right?
By the way, I don't know if it has anything to do, but the quality you showed to me on Discord,
Yeah.
It's from time to time it's like really pixelate.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know if it was like that for a scan or I don't know.
Okay, well, if you guys see pixelated screen on the stream, let me know. I don't think I'll be able to fix it this time, but I can investigate after this cast for the second stream. It's fixed now? Okay, thank you, Prison World. I'm hoping it's fixed. I didn't notice that green colors until we saw the selection of units in the buildings. So I'm hoping that's fixed too. Because on my screen it looks fine. Everything looks perfect.
Or maybe it could be that, yeah, on Discord you are streaming 720. Maybe that's why it's a bit more pixelated than normal.
Yeah, that could be it.
Yeah.
to.
By the way, I don't have audio.
Yeah, I have to actually change the link for you. There you go. All right, folks, we are back, and it looks like we're going into the. Oh, you can see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, we are going into an ad from ASL. I heard something about Hot 6. I did notice on Team Liquid right now, somebody from Africa made a post about how if you want to make some clips for ASL or you want to do your own casting for ASL, you can get rewarded with your own actually ASL jersey. It was just posted a few hours ago on Team Liquid, so definitely check that out if you want all the details. As far as what she's saying right here, you can actually, I guess, go to Africa Esports and create a question for the players. Of course, it's in Korean, so it will be hard to do that. But if you're able to understand Korean, write Korean, maybe you can get your question asked to one of the players and they'll answer it. And now we're going to be going into Ssak versus Action on Heartbreak.
What would be your
Ridge.
question, Nyoken?
What would be my question?
Yeah.
You know, as a player, I would probably want to ask them, like, how did you like go to the next level in terms of like skill? But if I wanted to ask something related to ASL, I'd probably ask like, what map do you like, and give me a reason why you like it. Like, I personally like Polypoid, right, because it's standard. But maybe maybe for example, Light, he hates Polypoid because of something I've never thought about. I'd probably ask something related to the maps. What about you?
I will ask like something like very important to me. Is like, how do you guys deal with this? You know, like the Tosagi and all of that, man.
Yeah. Okay.
That would be my silly question.
I think they might tell you that. Well, if you want to deal with Teisagi, you got to pick Pusagi or pick Teisagi yourself. Well, we're gonna...
No, not Tosagi. Tosagi.
Oh,
Tosagi.
Pusagi. Okay, just Tossagi. Okay. Zergsagi is not enough for Toss?
Nah, bro. Like, oh man, these pro gamers are destroying the stats.
Well, we did get a look at the stats briefly. I saw that Ssak's worst matchup is versus Zerg, but at the same time, he doesn't have nearly as many games played versus Zerg as he does compared to TVP and TVT. Ssak is actually an absolute monster in Terran versus Terran. I would probably take him over almost every single player in TVT because of how godly his Terran versus Terran is. So I do hope we get a Hiya versus Ssak matchup at some point. And we are ready for game 2. So let's get into our second matchup of the day, which, as you can see, is Action versus Ssak on Heartbreak Ridge.
This is gonna be cool. The T1 guy.
Oh, and I do notice on my screen that the green has been fixed. So in the bottom right, we do have Mr. Action himself, and in the bottom left, the one and only Ssak.
Yeah. This is going to be really cool, man. I actually like visualize these exact positions. I don't know why,
Oh,
but
yeah?
yeah. Like I saw him like doing the wall outside the natural with the supplies, you know, supply barrack.
Yeah, so bottom left, I remember it being a little bit easier to wall off compared to top right. You go barracks at the bottom, then depots to the top, of course. So we may see that, but Often I don't see players wall, but there we go. There goes the SCV, and this does look like a depot timing, not an 8 racks timing. We'll see in just a second, though. Okay, it is the depot timing. So this is going to be a wall off. And, you know, a lot of times when you see walls like this, it could be Wraith, man. It could be fast expansion. And Ssak is well known for his Wraith style. So I think there is a shot that we could see it.
Yeah, I honestly don't know him too much for the Grace, but I mean, I remember this exact era, like Jadon against Fantasy on this map, and the Valkyrie builds like used to be like the hype. Like, I'm going to be surprised if Ssak doesn't use that training from that from 2 decades ago.
Yeah, I remember Jadong and Fantasy playing on this map where he went for that Goliath Marine Medic play. I mean, that was all the rave back then. Don't think we'll see that, but we could definitely see Valkyries, because Valkyries for some reason have been making a reappearance in the scene in the past few months. In fact, Light has a killer 2-port Valkyrie build. It's kind of a delayed Valkyrie build that apparently he's killing everybody with. I haven't seen too many games of it, but there's that 2-hatch that you were talking about into the gas.
By the way, Nyoken, that's an evolution of the wall. I never seen the wall like that.
Yeah, I also have not seen that. So that could be kind of what players like Ample like to do, is they leave a slight gap and they just fill it with a ton of Marines. I was expecting the barracks to actually be at the bottom, the complete bottom. So it's not a full wall. And this drone has already done a little bit of damage to the SCV, but he does scout nothing unusual. It is just normal 2-hatch play.
You know, like, Series is a super aggressive race. When the Terran comes with these walls, and do you have this Ser player that only wants to do, like, Serlings all in?
Yeah.
You know, like, you're so down.
Yeah, I know. I remember facing a lot of all-ins on this map versus Octoberzerg. He would just all in the wall every time, man, and sometimes it would work. Honestly, it was just so many lings.
Oh my god.
Well, we do have the SCV looking around. If it dies, there could be a chance that action goes into a fast Hydra den, but now that I say that, there's actually already a 3rd hatch down, and that means that it's not on location at a 3rd base. Hiya, he definitely wants to see that, because if he sees that, then he knows he doesn't have to check for expansions. But unfortunately for him, it dies a little bit too quick. I like how he does have a Marine at that bottom left corner, as you can see, making sure that a drone isn't mining that out. Because you definitely don't want to let lurkers behind your mineral line. That's going to be basically impossible to break.
I mean, he can kill the temple with lurkers.
That is true also. That you think that temple has a lot of HP, but when you've got like 5 lurkers attacking it, that 2,000 HP or whatever goes away real quickly. Now, I got to say, that academy is quite quick. It looked like maybe a 335 academy or so. So we're going to have a move out in just a few seconds. So it should be something like 8 Marines and 2 medics.
You know what can also kill the temple? Firebats.
That is true.
4 firebats.
I theory crafted that a long time ago. The problem is that they just take so long to kill. And the mutas, you know, these days people are playing 2-hatch mutas, so the mutas come out real fast. But in the olden days where players had, you know, 7 minutes, 7:30 mutas, I think that could be a thing where the firebats take down the temple, but it's just too slow now. I don't think we're really ever going to see that ever again. But I guess it could happen. But we do have that 8 Marine medic move out right now, and because there's no 3rd hatch out at a 3rd base, this really shouldn't get much damage done. He's just going to try and force Sunkens, and he already has, so that's great for him.
Yeah, he doesn't have like big numbers, like there is no breaking. Like, this is just like little bit of pressure, I believe, unless he want to do a run by. That would be too crazy in my opinion.
Yeah, that would be pretty nuts. Not only would he have to run by the Sunkens, he would have to know that the mutas are out of position, which we know are about to pop in just a second. And we do got a 4 racks follow-up. So, I mean, you've been in this position, obviously, hundreds, thousands of times. What are you looking to do with these mutas when you scout a 4 racks? Are you trying to deny the factory? You're looking for SCV kills?
I'll be honest with you. To be fair with Action, he didn't really like play too much muta. It was like the new variation with the T hatchery inside the main. So I will say I never been in this position with this extra hatchery, but I think like he's going to try to snipe some SCVs, see if the Terran is going to move out and keep doing damage and maybe add some extra Sunkers to defend. If that is not the case, he's probably just going to spend.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to commit with the mutas.
Okay, no commit to the mutas. Okay, that's interesting. I think we already saw a Hydrogen in the main. I see a building.
He's already committing.
Okay, here we go. We've got the turret in the natural already dead. There's only one more. A second one completes. But that turret is heroic. It just doesn't die. And the Marines get back in time to limit the amount of damage. But I still think Action got at least maybe 4 or 5 SCVs there. So a decent trade. And there is the Hydra Den already done. But that's a lot of Sunkens. This is a very defensive Zerg. I wonder if he's going to go into like mass lurker style as a follow-up.
I have no idea how this guy repaired the turret like that. When I click to repair my turrets, all the CVs jump into each other and they don't even repair.
Well, yeah, it's because you're not Flash. You're not a pro gamer, man. That's how it is for everybody that's not a pro. It's those SCVs, they just don't want to do what you want them to do. They never repair. Me and Artosis have tons of experience like that. It's like, dude, if you just freaking repaired it, I wouldn't have died. But that was a good clutch repair from Ssak.
I mean, he killed some mutas, but I also I believe Action is doing good eco damage.
Yeah, he's doing really good damage. And actually, even though he has the Hydrogen, he's continuing to build more mutas. And that ramp on Heartbreak Ridge is really annoying to deal with. Like, even if you know the mutas are there, you're funneling up one at a time. Also, that factory is so close to that ramp that he can, come in, hit the factory, and then retreat to the ramp like he's probably about to do in just a second. But so far, actually, Ssak has done a pretty good job to defend. And, Action still doesn't have a third gas anywhere. He doesn't even have a fourth hatch going up anywhere. So
there is no expansion. There is no quickness.
Oh man, these starports are just. Oh, he finally got up the ramp, so that means that he's going to be able to shut down these mutas. Look at that. Oh, he's stuck.
Yep.
Damn, those mutas, there's still more than I was expecting. There's still 9 mutas there. But you can see Ssak is wondering, what the heck is going on, man? Shouldn't you have another base? But there just isn't one. Action taking a really long time to get a third base.
Well, lurkers are out now. Now he can defend his expansion. He should be fine with mutas and the 2 lurkers. And this marine army is not even that big, so he can really fight lurkers.
Yeah, and he killed a lot of and Action killed a lot of SCVs, so the bio ball isn't huge. He also knows that the gas wasn't taken at the natural for a long time, so it's not like Sakk's going to be able to pump out 1 billion vessels or something scary, at least not for a while. So I think that these 2 lurkers comboed with mutas, he should be able to hold this third base. But it did get scouted, and he did scan that it is actually only 2 lurkers, and we are at the point in the game where +1 armor may be kicking in pretty soon, so this could be a dangerous timing.
There are 2 lurkers or 3 lurkers?
It's just
I saw
2.
One stacking. You sure?
Yeah, just 2. They just highlighted a second ago, but it looks like 3rd and 4th lurker are going to be moving into position, and of course that's a totally different ball game once that kicks in. Mutas, they get picked off. Only 5 or 6 remaining.
Oh my god, the action is like, oh no. Oh no, he really needed the mutas, man.
He did, for sure. Like now the bio ball is quite large. All the lurkers are, or almost all the lurkers are at top right. Okay, luckily there's more lurkers at the natural. If it was just Sunkens, I think actually Ssak could bust it, but now with lurkers in position, he's not going to be able to. But you can see that Action's worried about drops. He's already moving some lurkers into his main, and losing those mutas make drops even more dangerous. So actually, Action's the one that's on the back foot right now.
Is Ssak going for it? I mean, the way he's moving.
He will have +1 armor soon, but this feels like suicide. I don't like this. I mean, this is such a tiny choke also. Oh my god, he's putting the medics in the front. Don't do it, man. Don't do it.
Oh my god. I mean, the fire is out. Is Consume even ready? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think we need maybe about 20 or 30 more seconds, but it could be done. But there's the first dropship. Second dropship also coming out also. Okay, well, this is going to be annoying because you can help Elevator into the main by doing exactly what Ssak is doing. Is he's moved half of his army over to the side of the wall.
I think Arjun is ready for drops. I think Arjun is ready for drops. I think Droche was not the play. I think he needed vessels.
Yeah, I think in retrospect the vessels would have been better, but you know, you did kill a ton of mutas, so I can't fault Ssak for going. Oh my gosh, he went unscouted to the bottom side. What I think he should do is actually try and attack top middle to draw attention there and then drop. But the Scourge! Do they get connect? They do! Amazing! Well, still.
I think he can slide the spy. That's cool. No.
Well, still 7 Marines and medics did unload, but he did lose a full dropship, so that was a big loss. And I don't think he got really any drones. He did eliminate all the mutas, so technically the trade was probably even, but definitely not the amount of damage he was looking for. And I did notice Zerg already has +1 armor, so definitely not slouching in the upgrades. And we do have a command center going up for Ssak, so he'll be taking his bottom base in just a second.
Well, the only I can really tell you about Ssak is that he's containing the third player. How long it's going to be, I don't know. And when you are a third player, you need a 4 gas. Like you can if you think about the game, he took that tier expansion pretty late.
Yeah.
So that actually put pressure on the third player.
Yeah, my personal opinion when I'm playing versus Zerg is I'm really not scared of 3 gas, as long as I've got good econ, of course. But like you said, once the 4th gas kicks in and we're close to 20 minutes, that's when Zerg is really freaking scary. Now, this comp, Hydra Lurker Defiler, I've talked about it for many seasons, but we're finally seeing... it's so brutal. Now watch these Hydra just one-shot everything. Well, we've got a move out at the top side. Instant reaction from Ssak. I mean, that was a really nice pick off there. But this comp from Zerg, even though it's tiny, I mean, look how fast the bio dies. And it's going to be bio versus Hydra Lurker. I got to say, in my own experience versus this, I don't think I've ever won a game with bio. So it's going to be really tough for Ssak. And you can see he instantly puts up another factory because of it.
Make a switch.
Yeah, he is going to mech. Well, I don't think he's going to mech switch. I think he's just going to tank switch off of vessels now to try and go into mass tanks. But it's so slow now. I don't know if this will actually be quick enough. We do have lurkers and hydras slowly creeping across the map. The vessels have used a lot of their irradiates now. There is 4 vessels, maybe 5. But look, they're plagued. Half of them can get one-shotted. Oh, he got the Defiler. That's critical.
Crazy. It's so crazy that I don't think Ssak expected Plague to be ready. I didn't expect Plague to be ready. To be honest.
Yeah,
I was so shocked to see the whole army now play.
Yeah, I also wasn't expecting that. And I see that Zerg also has +1 weapon on their Hydras, and Terran definitely does not have +3 armor. So Lurker Shot comboed with Plague, or 2 Lurker Shots, even if they're not plagued or not, are going to obliterate all the Marines. And these vessels, they need to go home, man. I'm getting panic attacks watching these vessels move around the map into Hydra Lurker Defiler with no health. He's so far saved them, but he really needs to repair them. 2 Marines deny top middle, so the 4th base has still been denied. And now we're at 15 minutes with still no 4th gas for Zerg. I mean, that's a big deal.
Yeah, man, props to Ssak for not retreating at all. Guy is going out. He's not really I can see this position, Terran's just retreating to home. Ssak is going out, he's not staying home.
Yeah, if he's ever moving out, he risks getting counterattacked like this. Luckily, he catches both the Defiler. Wow, he literally gets both of them. And that is probably a saving move right there to catch those, because once Dark Swarm had gotten down, I don't know if he would have been able to hold it with just 3 tanks.
He's being so annoying to Arjun for expansions.
Oh, I like this. or I thought I liked it. I liked the attempt to go to the bottom base, but 2 bunkers already set up. That's really good defense from Ssak. Those units are still plagued at the top side. Another Defiler coming in, but this time around the Bio Ball I think is a little bit too low. But look at that, instantly picks off 2 of the vessels.
I mean, Arjun now is like really like closing Ssak.
Oh my gosh.
So there is a bit more freedom for him at the moment.
Yeah, and look at this, just non-stop Zerg. I would really like for him to get an overwhelming amount of Defilers, something like 5. Because once it's 5, you're not going to be able to irradiate all of them. Ssak has done a fantastic job to eliminate the Defilers over and over, but he's really on the brink of getting pushed in if even just one gets here, and there it is. Here we go. Can he get the Darkstorm down? He does, and the Lurkers are going to get burrowed. Oh, he got on top of the factory with a second one.
I'm not sure this attack is working.
Yeah, it looks like actually it's not gonna work just yet, but he is on top of the factories. That is still 4 tanks. Hydras jump onto a couple of the tanks, but they are out of Darkstorm now. He does actually luckily get all but 1 tank, and look, that's a dead factory now. The vessels don't have the energy, get one-shotted by a Hydra at the top side, so he's down to 2 vessels, 1 tank, or 2 tanks now. One of his factories might die. And it's just non-stop Zerg, but Zerg still doesn't have 4. Oh, okay, the Technique does have 5 bases right now. He took bottom right, but he doesn't have any drones there.
I mean, he's now losing a lot of units, like it's gas units. That's not good.
Yeah, he did lose a lot of Hydras and Lurkers, and actually his army's kind of fizzled out now. And look at Action's gas. We were talking about it. He really desperately needs a 4th gas. He's almost completely wiped out in gas because he's having to build these expensive Hydras and Lurkers and Defilers constantly. Meanwhile, it's just Marine Medic, which is, not expensive at all. Yeah, a good plague, and that army's going to be eliminated. These vessels have been repaired, and I think he found bottom right, so he's looking to counterattack there.
Yeah. I don't know if Arjun is also moving army to defend that. So I don't know if it's going to be able to kill expansion or to deny it.
Wow, Sak's marine movement and vessel control is really good this game. I also like how he's attacking top middle at the same time. Okay, Lurkers, perfect. What about top?
I think Arjun defense.
Oh, no medic here.
But he's attacking the for expansion.
I know, he's attacking it, and he's going to shut this down. This base didn't have a gas, though, so it's not... I mean, it is somewhat important because that's a lot of drones up there, but no gas is obviously a big deal. Luckily for Action, there was no medics in this army, so these Marines end up actually falling. Again, another good plague brutalizes, what, 3/4 of the vessels. Another drop going to the main, almost gets picked off, but should actually unload. Beling's in position, so maybe not.
Man, Ssak is being so cost efficient this game.
Yeah, Ssak has done a really good job. Actually, I thought he was going to be dead once the Dark Swarm got on top of the factories, but he's really done a good job to keep, Action on the back foot a lot of the game. We do still have even supplies, 120 to 120, but the real threat now is this bottom right base is up and running. And again, this drop has no medics, so this is going to get shut down easily. And that was a massive drone transfer. So big eco coming in for Action in just a second.
More barracks. I thought at some point he will just switch to mines. I feel like mines could be good, but I mean for the future of Ssak play, he probably should be expanded by now.
Yeah, mines are definitely very underrated. If Action had just move commanded that army, I mean, he could have potentially lost all those Lurkers and Hydras and Defilers to just 1 or 2 mines. We do have Ssak moving out again, and this time around his vessels, I think, have a lot of energy, so he may be able to knock down... Oh, the Lurkers are out of position, actually, so maybe he can bust through, but there's no fire bats here, so the Lings with Darkstorm should be able to hold it.
The fighter.
Oh, another insane plague. What? There's just a random Lurker there. I don't know, these trades are very back and forth, but it feels like Action every time he's attacking, he just doesn't have critical mass with his army. But as I say that, he still cleans up the Marine Medic army that was going for that
Yeah,
small
now
attack.
he's going to take a new base as well. Like he's controlling bottom gas, and now if he takes the top left, I can see already the picture of Arjun winning the game.
Yeah, it looks like slowly but surely Action's going to overwhelm Terran, but Terran is finally mixing in some tanks with his army, but I got to point out, these tanks don't have any upgrades. So +3 armor into +0 tanks, I mean, it's a big difference. We'll see if the tanks are enough. That was another good Dark Swarm and another good Irradiate, but the Dark Swarm still, only gets one off. Did you see that burrow of the Ling? He tried to burrow it to make all those tanks focus on the burrowed Ling, so he couldn't actually deal any damage. But some of the bio gets to bottom right, but another brutal plague hits the entire army.
Yeah. I'm a bit disappointed that Ssak didn't really try to expand. I feel like that move when he's doing right now is like kind of like, you know what, I finish this now or it's over.
Yeah, I think it is true. I mean, Terran's on one base mining now. He has to not only get a base, he also needs to eliminate bottom right. Because if he doesn't eliminate that, that's just an extra base that Zerg's always going to have. And it's going to be mined out on his side of the map. So he definitely needs to eliminate it. He does not want to take top left. That would make the game so awkward.
Oh,
a good counterattack.
He's going to deny top left with Roaches, but at the same time, huge counterattack.
Yeah, where's the Defiler, though? If there's no Defiler, this can actually get cleaned up. But once Dark Swarm comes down, it's going to be a nightmare. But the factories might actually die. No Dark Swarm? Okay, he gets a factory. Drop at top left. Is it actually successful? I still see stuff killing. Okay. Looked like there was, again, not a medic drop. Man, there's action everywhere. How did Lings and Lurkers get into this third base?
No idea.
This is crazy.
And he didn't finish his expansion.
He didn't kill off top left. He didn't kill top middle. He is floating his natural base down to that mineral only, but that drop gets intercepted, so that doesn't get shut down. Both players just really slugging it out, consistently just hovering around 120 supply, but losing that factory is obviously a huge loss. This Lurker actually completed, and if Ssak isn't paying attention, it might rack up a lot of SCV kills. Another good Dark Swarm and Plague. Action does not want to let this mineral only get up and running, and I think he's going to break it.
Yeah, most likely.
Well, maybe not. Ssak doing a good... Oh, no, he just triggered all the Lings into the Dark Swarm. There's no way to hit him. Okay, Lurker's moving in. This may be the killing blow, actually. You can see Action slowly up in supply. Ssak is sitting back in his chair. We may see the GG in just a second. I mean, he just has no money at this
GG.
point. Well, that was a wild game. Literally from as soon as Lurkers got out, we had Action and Ssak really just slugging it out, trying to make something happen. But in the end, the Plagues, they were just deadly this game, so effective.
Action was everywhere. That resumes the game. I mean, how he got to the tier expansion of Ssak if there was like 2 bunkers in the front?
Yeah, I don't know. Like all of a sudden we just saw Lings and Lurkers at his third base. I'm like, wait a minute, what? How'd you get there?
That wasn't a drop.
I know. I know. I don't think he even had drop upgrades. So, Action definitely a force to be reckoned with. But that's a style that I really haven't seen in a long time. A lot of just battle Zerg from like the 12-minute point and beyond. But that does set us up for Mini versus Action, and you were saying this is probably the matchup Mini didn't want. And what was the second map going to be? I think it's Nemesis. That's PVZ on Nemesis, a weird map. This could be tough for Mini.
Nemesis?
Yeah, I think Nemesis is map 2. I think it is.
Okay. Yeah, can be troubles. I feel like third players love to do the 2 bases, right? Taking 2 mains.
Oh, they
this
do?
Is the play style.
Okay.
Well, I have seen a bit of it. I mean, maybe it could be a Lurker Rush or something like that. Can be an aggressive map as well.
All right, well, we'll be going into a break, and then we'll be back with our winners match. It will be Action versus Mini. Doesn't say the map, but I'm pretty sure it's Nemesis, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. Oh, maybe not. Is it the Hot 6 commercial? Oh, it's the Hot 6 commercial. Okay, Eonzerg. Well, you were in Korea, man, and you know, actually, the first time I met Artosis, he was telling me you were a big fan of the donkas. Did you ever try?
Man, oh, that was my food.
Yeah, that was your food, man. Did you ever try a Hot 6 over there, though?
No, I never tried Hot 6. But I tried because it was this big thing in the community. It was like Flash used to drink Pocari Sweet on his games. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
And I tried that. Bro, it tastes medicine.
Well, I did try the Hot 6. You know, actually, my favorite fruit is raspberry. And I got to say, the Hot 6 drinks, they do have like a raspberry tint to it. So I actually enjoyed Hot 6 quite a lot. I got the white one in the middle. But donkas, man, is that your favorite Korean food when you were there?
That's a question. And it's Japanese.
Oh, sorry. I guess what I meant while you were in Korea, what was your favorite food there?
No, that's the joke. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Okay.
Because I told everyone, no, my favorite Korean food is tonkas. And then people look at me and tell me that, it's actually Japanese. It's from Japan.
I think
I'm like, no way.
I think I knew that, but it was the first time I ever had that when I was over there. Is there any? Do you miss it? Do you miss not having the donkas back in Europe, or?
Not really, because that was like an emergency situation, you know.
Oh, okay.
Bro, like food in Korea is so spicy. Like you need to be ready for that. If you're someone that never eat the spice in your life, like going to Korea is going to be a struggle.
Yeah, it is very expensive. I agree. There's a flavor called bulldog, which is like fire. I got that one time and my mouth was burning, man. I was like, holy smokes. Okay, and it looks like that was a quick Hot 6 commercial, so we will be back in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Alright, we are back. Oh, it is not Nemesis. It is actually one of the new maps, which is going to be Dark Origin. There was a Nemesis ban from Mini and then a 7-6 ban from Action. So the map is not set for the winner's match. I guess it is vetoes and then a random pick. And we're getting a look at it right now. When I initially saw this map, I thought it was going to be like Polaris Rhapsody or Overwatch, but I mean, look at this, man. You've got a weird ramp down this way. You go all the way around. Then you actually have this pathway on the sides of the map, like Bifrost. I mean, this is a really weird one.
Yeah, I feel like it's in some ways a bit similar of Polaris, but what changed a lot is like there is no double gas suspension.
Oh, okay. So there's no gas at the second base, I guess, the third base, I mean.
Yeah, on Polaris, do you have these suspensions on the top and
yes,
top right
yes,
and
yes.
bottom left?
Yes.
There is double gas. That is traumatic against Protoss.
Yes, I do
So
remember that.
many storms.
Well, I gotta say, this will be the first time I've ever seen a game on this map. I was checking the maps before the stream started, but I actually haven't seen any games played on any of the new maps except for 7-6, which I did a recent cast of. I think it was Hero versus Light, which you can check out on the StarCast channel if you are interested. And those ASL jerseys, man, as I stated on Team Liquid, there's a thread right now. If you want to cast or make clips for Afrika, you could potentially win a jersey, and you can see it right there. It looks pretty slick. So we are going into our winners match. Remember, this is, again, best of 1. So winner here is going to be moving into the round of 16. Loser not going to be out of it just yet, but we'll face the winner of Ingal versus Ssak. And players are ready, so let's get into our winners match. Action versus Mini on Dark Origin.
This is the game. You don't want to miss this one.
Definitely not, man. I mean, Mini's beast in Action. I mean, he's my dark horse every tournament. Okay, in the top left position, our Zerg, it is Action. And in the bottom right, Purple Protoss, it is Mini.
Yeah. So far from the games I have seen these maps, they are like super action packed. They very aggressive games. Even with expansions, they are like so aggressive as well. So I'm not expecting less. It's true that like maybe in the early games I saw there was this situation where like Ser was containing Protoss too much, but it seems to change. Like the balance seems to change now that Protoss is like the aggressor.
Yeah, Protoss players, now that they've switched from going Forge, they're almost always aggressive right from the get-go, and that probe is already hanging around. So this is going to be a 9-gate follow-up, and he's going to be looking to put pressure on to Action right from the get-go. I can already tell that that's a really tiny choke, so it actually should be able to be walled off with, you know, potentially double gate, but I don't think that's going to happen. But Gateway Forge.
Is that 12 hatch?
12 hatch?
12.
Alright, well, 9-gate versus 12 hatch. What are your thoughts on that particular, on this particular opener? Do you like the 9-gate, or do you like Action's position?
Oh wait, it's 11 hatchery. It's 11 hatchery. Oh, 11 hatchery against Game First. Actually, good start for Action. He's probably not getting too much harass from the initial silhouette.
Okay.
And probably some early timing to be aggressive with Serlings. But yeah, apart from that, it's like really standard. But I really like Action position now that he's doing this 11 hatchery.
Okay, so we'll expect him not to take much damage here. Since it is PvZ, I'm looking at this mineral line, and it does look like, you know, the Zealot probe combo could be deadly if the Zealot can get behind the mineral line. I don't know about the natural. It looks like that could also be equally tight back there, but the first Zealot is already halfway across the map. The probe has been quite annoying here.
Yeah, but now Ser is going to send drone out, trying to delay the silot with the drone. And yeah, it's 11 hatchery, so like I'm not expecting too much at us. I'm surprised he's making the gas already, to be honest. But he's trying to. I don't know if he's trying to fake that he want to make a tier expansion, or he's like going for lair speed.
Okay, so he's going to go for either lair or speed quickly. We do have the Nexus follow-up off of, I think, just 2 Zealots. That probe is still alive, so this could be a very effective combo if the probe doesn't get picked off. Action needs to be very careful. It is only 6 lings right now. Oh, hatch in the main. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, definitely going Hydras.
Definitely going Hydras. Okay, well, I do see action just spent his 100 gas, so that must be for speed. That is 3 Zealots and a probe, though. I don't know about this. Okay, yeah, action's going to turn around. I feel like he has to turn around. I don't think his lings would deal damage to the entrance, but these Zealots are definitely going to deal damage to the natural here.
Oh man, you can see many decisions. It's like he's not playing games. Like he's like, okay, you counterattack, go for it. I'm not going to your base. He didn't even for a second like doubt his decision.
Yeah, Mini is he's definitely decisive in whatever he chooses to do. And this, even though it hasn't done any damage to the drone line or lings, this is very annoying to deal with. I love this placement of the Zealots. Oh, actually a drone cycle. Okay. You know, a probe can shoot the drones through the minerals. I'm surprised he hasn't gone for that. Okay. Speed has kicked in and he's decided that this is the moment. He's going to try and take down that Zealot at the bottom side. It's dangerously low. Oh, that Zergling kind of glitched through, but look at that. Still great positioning of the Zealot and Probe, but they do end up falling, so well done from action. Didn't take really any damage at all, so nicely done.
He played that so well. He killed so many Zerglings.
Yeah.
But well, Action is going for expansion now. So he used that tier hatchery to power up his eco. No, actually not doing the Hydra then. He's just like going mass drones. Well, that's actually really helpful because when the tier is going to be up, he can transfer a lot of drones to that base. And he has larvas to defend silos as well, so overall, like, really good decision by Action, by doing that hatchery.
Yeah, he's just going to have so much production available to him. And he lost no drones in that engagement, so his econ's really freaking good. However, Mini still got 5 Zealots, and I mean, it is just pure Ling right now. Zerglings are great, obviously, but I don't know if they'll be able to take down 5 Zealots. However, the 5th Zealot is not here, so it is just 4, and I think this is a big difference. I think Lynx could actually win this fight, but I like how Mini has hidden one of the Zealots out in the center of the map. He's going to go for a counterattack while this is all happening.
I'm glad he's sending a silo to the main because he really needs this information. Like, if you go to this base, the hatchery is not even ready. What is this guy doing?
Yeah, he desperately needs to figure out what it is. And he's going to come in here and he's going to see the Hydra Den. That's fine. And he's also going to see that the layer's not done. So he's going to know exactly what's going on. He may be able to actually rack up a couple of kills with his first Corsair because there's no anti-air right now.
Yeah, now Mini knows everything. Like, he's like so like in information. He's so good now. Like he knows. Like there is no troubles for him in the next 6 minutes minimum.
Yep, and we do have a Corsair. Does find a ton of Overlords, but Hydra's just popped out, so that's gonna be pushed away. And there's still a ton of Zerglings left over. But the Zealot gets into the sweet spot, so he will trade very cost effective. Look at that, 1-on-1. Okay, at least for a second he got 1-on-1. But he will end up falling.
Two Corsairs trying to be annoying.
Now we did see the lair for Zerg. Do you think that's going to be for Overlord speed? Is it going to be lurkers?
I I mean, he can even like make a spire. That would be like the move, I believe.
Okay, well, I'll be looking for that building. I don't see any, skinny tall building placed just yet.
He's probably going to give priority to the six hatchery first. I'm surprised like Mini is like making cannons like this. I don't think Arjun has like any intention of being aggressive right now.
Yeah, well, he did see speed kick in for the Hydras, so he may be worried that this is going to be a bust. And we do see more and more Hydras being built. The Lings come in, a lot of them die, but they at least spot the Zealot move out. Again, this is only 5 Zealots, so I'm not sure how much damage this is actually going to deal. The Sayers keep poking in over and over to make sure that they can get a count on how many Hydras are actually being produced. I did just now... Go ahead.
We're not in the Zero the speed is far from finish. So, like, I don't know what he's doing right now.
Yeah, this feels like these 5 Zealots, if they get spotted, they're going to get picked off. Okay, speed does kick in.
Oh, wait. Oh my god, I'm tripping.
I did see that in Mini's main, his Templar Archive kind of just completed. Yeah, that's the first Templar right there. So they need about 20 more seconds before they even have a single storm. Look at these Zealots on the high ground. They've gone completely hidden, and he is going to move in right when Zerg is out of position.
Oh, the hatchery is low on speed, but there is a counterattack.
Yeah, there's a counterattack, and look at how many Overlords are just sitting there. Oh, the storm is not done. Okay, just now completes. DT pops out. Does he have storm? He doesn't have the upgrade. He's not casting it.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, did Action do it?
There is a storm.
I mean, he has storm, but he doesn't have any units. He has no units. He needs another storm, otherwise he's dead.
I mean,
It doesn't have energy.
The Hydras are red.
They are red.
Maybe just use workers.
Just use the pros. I mean, maybe. But those... Oh, he's just got too much, man. I think he's done it. There's only a Hydra. There's only an Archon here. Wow, what a sick... I actually really like that move from Mini. The counterattack was great. But the problem was, I think he lost too many Zealots with his harassment in the initial stages. If he had those 4 Zealots from earlier, maybe he could have held this. But he's lost his natural, and that means that this game is probably over.
Yeah, the counterattack and...
Oh, he knows.
I mean, 3 cannons was not enough.
Yeah, and there it is, GG. You could also see Mini was floating almost 2K, so there we go.
Do you remember what you said, Nyoken, that Mini wanted? Do you remember what you said? Mini wanted that.
I was wrong. He don't want none of that. He don't want none of Action. He's beast mode, man.
Oh my god.
And that's the type of Action play that I've been waiting for in previous seasons, man, because he's like really freaking good. So he's going to be our first player into the round of 16, and he's taken out one of the favorites to win the entire tournament. So he's going to be feeling fantastic going into the round of 16.
Wow. I hope Mini keep himself, because he's like still the best player in this group. Even if we lose, I still consider him the best player. So I hope he just like, you know what? It can happen. It's a best of 1. Let's keep going.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't lose his cool. I mean, Mini is definitely one of the most emotional players in the tournament for sure. So I could see him tilting easily, but I'm sure he won't lose his cool going into our final series of the day. And we're going to our interview with Action. I'm sure he's going to tell us about how he had that plan. He knew all along exactly what Mini was going to do, and he read it perfect, man. I mean, that was just excellent play from him.
Solid, man. If I'm honest with you, this is the guy that probably every third player been expecting so much from him. Especially when he actually beat Flash in... No, did he? He beat Flash in Song in ASL.
Who, Action? Or...
Yeah, 3-2 or something, no? I'm bugging about that?
I can't remember. I can't remember. It's been so long. Action, would that have knocked him out of ASL? That seems unlikely, man, because Flash just never loses. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Or maybe he actually, like, he lose 2-3 to Flash or something like that. He was doing, like, this mix of Lark Rush into fast tier into Hive.
Okay, I don't remember. I mean, Action's great, and with him being on KT back in the day, you know, they've played a lot, so wouldn't surprise me to see him go 2-3, but if he did knock out Flash, that would be quite impressive.
Do you think it's happening in some ASL, man? Like,
I would have to look.
let me check ASL 11.
역시 김성재 선수가 마스터다라는 평가들이 정말 많았습니다. 여전히 좀 자신 있는 유닛이죠?
활용에는 자신이 있는데 게임 승률이 그렇게 좋지 않은 거 보면
No, Flash didn't play in ASL 11.
문제는 무슨 문제인지는 모르지만 뭐 다른 선수들에 비해 잘 쓰는 것 같진 않고 그냥 괜찮은 것 같아요.
변현재 선수와의 승자전 경기 서로가 서로를 참
I think if you just click Action's name, it should have his history, match history.
That's true.
히드라로 한방 타이밍을 좀 노리셨던 것 같아요. 근데 이 타이밍 변현재 선수는 참 쉽지 않았을 것 같거든요.
ASL Season 8, 4 plays.
첫판 해보니까 게임이 좀 잘 안 되는 것 같아서 현재가 약간 질럿을 적극적으로 쓰니까 처음에 이제 투의 신적하고
No, he didn't move Flash.
하려고 약간 적극적으로 쓰는 걸 이용해서 깔끔하게
Yeah, I don't remember.
그다음에 이제 오해 처리 히드라
I'm bugging again.
빠르게 가면은 눈치채기 쉬울 것 같아서 조금 엇박자로 가면은 끝날 것
Well,
같아요.
let's talk about that build from Action. You know, actually in BSL, just over the weekend, we saw somebody going for 4 or 5 hatches before gas, and now I see Action going, you know, 4 hatches, 5 hatches, late lair. Is that making a resurgence?
I'm not really sure about that. Like, to be honest with you, it's the first time I see this build.
Okay.
Yeah, like when I saw the tier hatching inside the main, I told you like, yeah, definitely going Hydras. But I thought that he would like go 3 hatcheries Hydras.
I also thought
so
that.
it caught me off guard that he just like used that to power his Eco, get his 4 expansion up. But to be fair, like, I'm so confused with Mini and like, do you think that counter attack like was like a good idea with so few cannons?
Well, it clearly wasn't in that particular game. I think the reason it wasn't good is because he lost all his other zealots. Like earlier when he lost those 4 zealots, I think if he had kept 4 zealots, if he had those 4 zealots, then I think he could have held it. But he also somehow missed Zerg's army moving across the map. So I'm not sure exactly how that happened because he was scouting pretty well with his Corsairs. But you know, sometimes that does happen even to the best of us. So we're going to be going into a break, and then we'll be back with our losers match, which is Ssak versus Hiya. are back, and we're going to be going into our losers match. And again, it is going to be Dark Origin as our map, both vetoing 7-6. I think that's a wise choice. I mean, that map is crazy. It is super weird.
It is, but I feel like that map changed TVP, man.
This,
I feel
7-6?
Yeah, like the map is so dynamic right now. Like the matchup is so dynamic on 7-6.
Yeah, actually, I think 7-6 is the map I really want to see the most, because since there's no gas at your natural, what the heck is Terran gonna do? Like, everything Terran has needs gas. I actually have a feeling we might see Light pull out, or somebody pull out Light style, which he used on Ringing Bloom, like Marine Medic Wraith. I saw him even beat Bisu with that. But I don't know what Terran's actually supposed to do on that map. Even Terran versus Zerg is very weird.
Well, since you can take the expansion early on, the double gas expansion, maybe we are going to see that on this map and on this matchup, Terran versus Terran.
Well,
14, no, maybe not 14, but the fast CC build.
Yeah, if it was 7-6, we could have seen it, but this map is going to be the same map as what we just saw, which is going to be Dark Origin. And
oh yeah, oh my god.
it's all right. It's easy to forget, man. It's easy to forget.
We were talking about 7-6. I was like, yeah, we're going to see a matchup on this one. Okay, it's going to be a standard game.
Yeah,
Man, Ssak looks like he's trying to get some energy from the Force or something.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what he's doing. Maybe just focusing, kind of trying to clear his mind. I gotta say, I think I'm gonna favor Ssak heavily in this particular matchup, because he actually plays TVT to near perfection, in my opinion. I mean, he just is sick, and he's somebody that plays one fact, one port often, which is the style that I actually play. So I'm really looking forward to his gameplay here. I don't really know what Hiya goes for. For some reason, I feel like he's kind of a standard player in TVT.
I was going to say that. Like, I don't have the feeling that we are going to see something super aggressive from Hiya.
Yeah, I think
probably some classic PvT opening with the mass tours.
Yeah, 3-fact very common these days. If he wants to play like a catch-all build, like Tank Goliath versus Ssak, I think that's actually not a bad move either, because Ssak really does love his race, and Tank Goliath is quite decent versus that, obviously. So it wouldn't be surprising to me to see that from Hiya here. I would also like to see someone 8-racks. It is a 2-player map. The map is very weird. I'm sure there's a lot of potential 8-racks areas, so I wonder if somebody will even try and go for something like that. And our players are ready, so let's get into our losers match.
Where will you place a barrack on this map?
Well, look at the mini map at the top right map. What if he puts his racks at the third base over there? Maybe there, maybe behind their natural. I don't know. We do have in the bottom right Hiya, and in the top left in the blue it is Ssak. So yeah, I'm just looking at the minimap right now, and third base proxy location looks good to me. Middle looks maybe not so great, but there is a ramp. Like, there's a second ramp at the back.
You know
of your
this
base.
guy. You know this guy beat Flash in the OSL, I believe.
Who did?
OSL?
Which one? Who?
Ssak.
Ssak?
Ssak. Yeah.
I don't know.
Like it was.
OSL?
Like Ssak. It's really hard to bet against him in a TVT. Like he knows his TVT. Actually, this guy is a champion. I'm pretty sure he won one of the early competitions that lead to the ASL.
Yeah, I think that is true, and we did get to see briefly the stats in TVT. Hiya is 0-2 Terran versus Terran. Meanwhile, I'm a little surprised to see that Ssak is only 5-5, at least according to stats. But I'm telling you guys, his TVT is really top notch. And we do have a forward Rax here. And what this is looking to do is just put some pressure on, try and make sure that this guy doesn't gasless expand off of nothing. But this is kind of...
Is this a scouting? Is this a scouting, Nyoken?
Well, it's kind of a scout, and I think he's going to build 3 Marines out of this. This is kind of what you do. We do have 12 gas follow-up. The real question is, how many Marines will Hiya build? If he builds 1, he's in trouble. But if he builds 2, just holds his ramp, he should be fine.
Okay. Well, I didn't mention I didn't expect aggression from Hiya, but he's like the one putting the barrack, like, in Ssak main almost. So, yeah. Very interesting play from Hiya.
Oh yeah, my mistake. It was Hiya that is doing it in the center of the map. So he's going to be aggressive here. Meanwhile, Ssak, will he scout it? I have a feeling that he's going to miss it, actually.
Yeah.
Well, when he gets across the map, he's going to know that this guy proxied to Rax.
I mean, how big of a problem would be if Hiya builds 3 Marines, like you mentioned, and Ssak only made 1?
Well, he would have to pull
he's in the
SCVs.
barrack.
He'd have to pull SCVs. Everything would be slowed down. He may have to build 1 or 2 more Marines. He may not necessarily need to build 3 of them, but it would definitely throw the build off quite a bit. Now, the SCV gets in and he sees no Marine, and the fact that SCVs are being pulled, he now knows, okay, this guy proxied to Rax. So now Ssak most likely is going to build 3 Marines himself. So this proxy Rax really didn't get much damage done, but what it will get done is that he's going to be able to have scout advantage. He's going to float it into the main and be able to see exactly what Ssak is doing.
Okay. Well, Ssak knows that the Marines are in Hiya main, actually, so probably just making command center now.
Yeah, and with the Marines...
I don't know if one is going to deviate to Starport.
Yeah, we just... Okay, it's going to be Starport for Ssak at bottom left of his base. I mean, this is really just his, like, go-to build, man. He loves to play 1 fact, 1 port. Vulture's going to deny the scout.
Oh! Okay, machine chop. And Hiya is going for a second factory, I believe.
Yeah, this can be risky to just go for an instant add-on off of 1 factory, but ironically, I think this fast barracks backfired, or the proxy racks backfired, because I think that Hiya expects there to be more Marines or a faster Vulture, because, hey dude, I proxied to Rax, you know I have built early Marines, it's likely that I'm going to attack. So he anticipated Ssak to build more Vultures than he did, and he actually didn't build, you know, really any Vultures at all, really. He's just sitting on 1. So Hiya is sitting here defensively when he could be attacking. So it's a bit of a mistake there. He's not going to get anything really done with any of his Vultures because Tank's already out. Wraith is coming. 3rd fact for Hiya as we expected, and I don't see an armory anywhere for him.
Well, but at the same time, like 1 factory against 3 factories, multiple tours, even if you have tank, like, you can focus on the CVs and do like crazy eco damage.
Yeah, so Ssak needs to start sim-citying his natural, which is what he's doing right now. He's got a depot there, and as soon as he sees these Vultures move out, he will build a bunker or build a building to complete that wall off so he takes no damage. Now, Hiya, all he saw were Marines. He didn't see any Vultures, he didn't see any tanks, so Sakk's done a good job to hide his units, and because he's hidden his units, just now he realizes it's Wraith, and he's in trouble.
Ssak scouted everything.
Look at this.
He's probably walling his natural by now.
Oh, this game. Maybe the game's not over, but Hiya's about to take a freaking ton of damage, and there's the wall off, like I said, at Sakk's natural. 2 tanks, hold position with Marines behind it, not getting in unless mines connect. So Hiya desperately trying to repair this SCV. He's actually doing a really fantastic job. That SCV has not lost any time building the armory, and the Wraith hasn't killed anything.
Man, talk about these skills with repair.
Yeah, repair. It's clutch,
It
man.
looks easy, but it's not.
It's
It
not.
looks easy, but it's not.
It is not. It is actually very difficult to do this. So he's lost.
I can
only...
I can see anyone like watching us and thinking like, oh, they're talking about repair like this, bro. You don't understand.
Well, he ends up getting 2 SCVs now. Armory's still not done, so this is still going to rack up a lot of kills, but it could have racked up even more. I'm expecting him to get maybe like, honestly, 8 SCVs, which is quite crippling. But you can see Ssak is still only on 1 factory, so it's not like he can go for a counterattack anytime soon.
Yeah, but at the same time, the tech advantage is like really good for Ssak.
Yeah, I mean, this is maximum amounts of damage. This is the dream scenario. And I like how he's actually got an add-on on his starport. You saw that there's no academy either, so Cloak is going to be fantastic too. I think it's Cloak. Yep, there it is. Wow, I don't know if Hiya misread the situation. Okay, there he goes. There's the academy finally. So Cloak probably within the next 30 seconds. So I don't think that scam's going to be in time.
He's being so annoying with this Grace. He's probably building like 5 siege tanks.
Yeah, so what you want to do in this situation is just harass with your Wraith, get some siege, and make sure you don't get contained. And there's the Cloak, and he's in trouble.
Oh my god, no way, he's going to delay Academy as well.
Yeah, this is...
Oh man, I mean... oh no.
This is literally the dream scenario when you go fact port. Is not only do you catch the armory, you also catch the academy, and he's just killed a billion SCVs.
He has to be tilting, right? Like he has to be tilting. Like maybe not for Koreans because they are like superhumans, but if it was me, I would be like tilting just by this.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to be kicking himself. Because he saw that there were just 2 Marines. Like, he never saw a Vulture or a tank. I think at that point you have to be aware that, hey, this guy could be building Wraith. Also, it's Ssak, man. Like, I told you, this guy's great with Wraith. He loves it in TVT. It feels like just a really big mistake to let something like this happen. And we've got a tank coming from the back.
Oh, but this... No, don't lose the Grace. Don't lose the draw chip.
Oh, my gosh. Dude, he's gotten like 20 SCV kills.
Oh my god, it's too much damage. Like, I mean, if maybe Ssak works the tanks into the mines, we have a comeback.
Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, that's it. That's what you're relying on with these mines, is hoping that Terran runs into them, hoping that they get too aggressive and, you know, bleeds a few tanks. But right now, that's definitely not gonna happen.
You know what's funny about the Ssak? He's not this kind of player that's going to just like finish you. He's just going to play his normal standard game, just by like being miles ahead. That's it. That's his TVT style.
Yeah, I mean that's totally true. And we do have Hiya trying to make a move out to top right. If he can get a tank contained behind the net.
Ssak doesn't know about this.
Yeah,
like,
he doesn't see it.
Like, if you get like 6 siege tanks.
Oh.
In your natural, you're going to like lose it.
Yeah, that is true. 5 tanks are going to be pretty impossible to kill, and he doesn't have any center map control. These mines have, you know, complete control over the center. So, oh, this is too late. Wow.
Get to the main SG. Oh my god, he has an SCV.
Oh,
call that guy Jesus because he just saved you.
That's totally true. But I forgot there's also a ramp into the main. So not only is the natural going to get sieged down here, he also has to worry about just getting busted in his main. I guess these 2 tanks will hold the high ground for now, but these tanks are going to rack up a lot of kills. Luckily for Ssak, he took a 3rd base already, so he can transfer.
Oh my god, that SCV, Nyoken. If this guy get to the main and block the factories and all, that's game.
That would be game. I don't think Ssak is going to let that happen, though. He's sieged down 1 or 2 of the tanks. That was a good trade for him. Oh my god, the Wraiths are back. I just heard a scan go off. Did he just use all of his scans?
No way. No way. No way these Wraiths are... No, okay.
Well, that one Wraith has 15 kills, and the other one had like 9, so like
But he can
30.
go to the natural.
Yeah, he's going
He
to
can go
the.
to the natural.
He's gonna go to the third base now. He's looping around. Tanks are already set up. I mean, Ssak just has so many tanks. He has like pure tank. Like that's his army. Tank, Wraith. That's it.
The Grace in the natural. Oh my god.
Well,
Okay, it looks like Ssak finally cleaning this.
yeah, he's using.
Wow, what a timing, though, bro. Like, wow.
He's using his.
I mean, he knows his TBT, to be honest. Like, it's not like there is an SCB. Like, that was the SCB to spot that.
Yeah, and this attack at the front is not going to be successful for Hiya. I think the best case scenario for him is try and just split the map. But it's 3 base Terran versus 2, and this guy's killed 30 of your SCVs. Look at the supply, 80 to 130.
And he's not going to rush or anything. This guy is going to play his plan and just like keep building and building and making himself stronger. It's not about like just like the experience of go kill you. No, this is going to be like his entire plan. Just like he's going to be so ahead that it's going to force Hiya out of the game. It's not going to really like attack or do anything.
Yeah, he's just waiting for critical mass. I saw his science facility just start, so +2 is going to start pretty soon. And this is just such an awkward position. I'm looking at the main. I mean, it's so big that's going to be so easy to drop, but also Hiya has to worry about being dropped behind his natural again. And I did see the starports blinking, so it's going to be for mass dropships, I imagine. We do have Ssak moving around the left side, but at the same time, Hiya's moving around the right side. I think he scanned it, so he's going to move into position, trying to intercept this.
I mean, with this supply, I don't think like Hiya can really like contain the meat. Like, that's not realistic.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And this is just, dude, this is just so many tanks. He could probably win this without the vultures. Goodbye. Yeah, everything just gets exploded.
And just like that, you just like left side is clean. He can now spend like he's just probably going to do what Hiya was trying to do.
Yeah.
Contain the mid.
Yeah, he's just gonna contain the middle. Terran's never gonna get, or Hiya's never gonna get across the bridges there. I mean, I just watched like 5 vultures and 1 tank kill 3 tanks in the center of the map. Look at that, he's just aiming.
Never mind, he's
It's
going
over.
for it.
Yeah, he knows he's just got
not even
this.
siege. Not even siege.
Mute the music for the copyright on YouTube. So we are going to be going into a break, and then we'll be back. Oh, it's not Ssak versus Action. What I'm talking about, Action got out in first. It's going to be Mini versus Ssak as our final match. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Alrighty, we are back and we're going to be going into our final game of the day. This is going to be retro between Mini and Ssak. We see a Vermeer ban from Mini and a Sylphid ban. So what about retro?
Terran versus Protoss.
Yeah, indeed. Have you seen any games on retro? This is the more standard new map.
To be honest with you, no. But it feels like it's like a fighting spirit, but with a different meat.
Yeah, it does have similar vibes there. I was thinking initially that this kind of was like Allegro, but the center isn't complete. It has water kind of in certain areas. Not sure about that middle, if that's like actually mineable, but you can see the...
Oh, I saw a crazy game that a guy sent all his workers to the mid. I think it was best.
What?
Some against best.
Okay.
A mine from distance. And the set was doing the same at some point.
Okay. I haven't seen that. I'll have to check best stream.
But you can build a hatchery in the mid, right? You can do that.
I assume you can do that. I can't imagine them having all those minerals there and not being buildable terrain. That'd be pretty wild.
Okay. To be honest, I didn't test the map.
Yeah, I also haven't played the map at all since it's not in the ladder map pool. You know, I don't really.
The predictions: Mini or Ssak? Be real, your Terran.
I gotta go Mini, man. I think Mini's like top 3 players in the world right now. I think he can win it all. Whereas Ssak, I mean, he's great, but can he take down Mini? I don't know about that.
You know what? I actually think like you, but it will be boring if we both like going for the Protoss, right? Someone have to beat evil. I'm going with Ssak, man. Let's
You gonna go with Ssak? Okay, let's go, dude. I think Ssak can do it.
Guys, it's the Sir playing going with Terran. Remember that.
Oh, it's a momentous day. You'd never see Zerg go for Terran, ever. So in the top left, we do have our green Protoss. It is Mini. And in the bottom left, coming off a solid win versus Hiya, it is Ssak.
Super solid win, to be honest. That was something else. The Grace play, wow. That was beautiful.
Yes, I'm looking at chat right now, and someone's mentioning that the game that you were talking about, they think it was Soma versus Best, Game 1, in an ultimate battle. So after this is over, I'll definitely be checking out that game because it sounds crazy. In the past 10 games, apparently Ssak is 3-7 versus Protoss. Meanwhile, 6-4 versus Terran for Mini, so a little bit in favor of him. Is that Bisu? I mean, it looked like Bisu, but I don't think it actually is Bisu.
Nah. Do you think like pro gamers go to the stadium like that?
Oh yeah,
to see team?
Yeah, for sure they go. They go and root for, you know.
No, but in the finals, but in an early group.
Yeah, I don't know about it. I don't think they go in the early stages, but yeah, once we get to like round of 4 and finals and stuff like that, you definitely see more and more players show up. And we're gonna have forward gate again, so it's gonna be another pressure play from Mini.
Oh, what is this? Barrack? Very close to the ramp.
Yeah, very close.
Why?
I thought he was gonna.
Can you make like a supply? Can you make like a supply?
Yes, so I think he's gonna put supply at the top, maybe. This is a little bit weird because if he puts a depot to the left, it's not zealot tight. Like zealots would just walk in there, so it feels like the depot's gonna be at the top or on the right side. But then the zealot can just walk to the left. So this is very interesting barracks placement.
Because I was thinking maybe CC, but he's not doing CC. He's doing refinery.
Yeah, he's gonna be going into. Oh, it could be factory on the left side, depot on the top right. I've seen that before. I guess that's probably the idea. And we do have Mini's gonna find Ssak last, whereas Ssak will find Mini first, and he's gonna see the forward gateway. But actually, that factory did not go to the left side of the barracks, so he's gonna need to build a depot next to that racks. You do not want to have 0 SimCity versus incoming zealot.
I mean, probably need to bring an SCV or an extra SCV or something.
Yeah, he may send an extra SCV to try and hold the ramp, but generally 2 Marines is not enough. So.
Oh my God, he's not holding the door, man. And there is 1 Zero and 1 worker.
Well,
Can you? No, he's going to the main, like 100%.
Okay.
Oh, what? Oh, okay. But there's a second Zero coming.
Yeah, second Zealot coming. So I guess he's just waiting for it to be, critical mass, which would be 2. That's when it starts really getting awkward for Terran. And then he'll move in here. SCV poked in again, didn't really see anything. It's already low health.
Ssak is scouting it.
Okay. No,
I can't believe he did a Mega Vulture.
Yeah, I thought he was going to make a
Vulture.
I thought he was going to make a Vulture also, so he has no Vulture. But that was really clean movement right there. He took minimum damage on his Marines. But he's still going to lose... Uh-oh. I thought he was going to lose one of them, but so far he hasn't lost any of them. But those Marines are bugging out. But he at least has surrounded the Zealots, almost. He gets one of them. Look at that depot!
Okay. Ssak knows. Ssak knows.
Ssak knows what's up, man.
Yeah, wow, that was honestly...
That was pretty
That was
sick.
way better than what I expected, to be honest.
Yeah, that was super sick. And now the SCU at the top means that the Zealot's not going to escape. So that was an amazing hold, to be honest. However, the Dragoon is coming, and those Marines did get hit a couple times. The Vulture already moved out.
How? Wow. Wait, that means he's making mines.
Yeah, he should be making mines, and he does pick off.
Oh, that one shot Marine, what?
Well, this... I did...
That is 2 Dragoons.
Yeah, 2
That is 2 Dragoons.
I guess...
Like, if he goes now and mines the main, there is no way for Mini to...
Yeah, if he sets up mines, the goons are in trouble. They might end up dying. So mines do get placed, at least one of them. Really good focus fire right there.
Nice micro, nice micro. He's mining the ramp. Oh my God.
Vulture.
Where? He didn't do damage.
Oh, he's gotten 3 kills already on that single Vulture. Oh my gosh, this is racking up so many kills. 5 kills. Okay.
Wow, nice counterattack, nice play, and he's lucky he didn't get damage on that Dragoon. I don't even know how he didn't get damage in that Dragoon, to be honest. Like, how that mine explodes and doesn't do damage.
That's Protoss, man. They just got some sick feature to them, or they avoid some of the mines sometimes.
So looking at the big picture, I kind of like Ssak position here.
Yeah, it's not bad, but Protoss lost 6 workers and Protoss is still up supply. I don't know how that happened. And wow, that is a damn fast armory. Like, that was even before his command center finished.
You think he's making Goliaths to defend River?
I think it's too early for that. I think he's just rushing +2. I mean, this is really freaking fast for how the game has unfolded. The Robo is done, but there's no shuttle yet. Observatory's done. I didn't see a support bay anywhere. So it's still going to be at least a minute.
There is no engineering bay either.
Yeah, no eBay. DT would have been sick, but of course he got into the main and saw that DTs weren't coming, so that's fine. Second factory should be coming up in a second.
Okay, he knows there is a server out.
Yeah, just going to clear some mines, get some vision. The Vulture Harass also killed the probe at top middle, so the 3rd Nexus never got up. And Mini still hasn't sent anything over there for a 3rd Nexus, so everything's kind of evened out. Well, not evened out, I guess. I actually still like Sakk's position after all those probe kills. Oh, Siege going to push those goons back. Yeah, I think that's a wasted scan. I don't think he's going to get that observer, and he doesn't.
No, he didn't. Yeah.
I mean, it's a good idea, but you need more than one Goliath. Goliath is definitely not enough. Now, Ssak, like I said, he got that starport got that armory really early, so he needs to put down a starport pretty soon. Otherwise, he's going to miss his 2-1 upgrade timing. That looked like a 3rd factory, or an eBay. A 3rd factory, so maybe it's going to be a 1-1 timing?
By the way, looking at this map now, it actually, I say is similar to Fighting Spirit, but that's not true. Like, taking a tier expansion for Terra on this map is way difficult than Fighting Spirit.
Yeah, these third bases, whether it's mid-left or bottom-middle, they're quite far away, and it's up-ramp, so it could be tough. I imagine that Sakk's probably going to take bottom-middle. I don't think he's going to expand towards Protoss. That would be a bit ambitious, but we do have Shuttle being loaded up. I think Reaver's about to finish. And we do have finally Mini taking his third base. There we go, there's the Reaver, and I don't think any turrets were set up still. So this could get some damage done.
There are Goliaths. I don't know if they have range, but they usually like they are good against Shadow.
they are pretty damn good once they get range, indeed. But Goliath can't be everywhere. However, that one's in the right spot, and he is.
Shadow is dead.
That's dead. Yeah, he focused it down, and that means that Reaver's gonna die too. That's a big scarab shot. Mini coming in with the goons.
Wait, is crazy.
I know, man. He is wild. He jumps on these tanks that were on the low ground. He's gonna get 3 of them, but he's gonna lose all of his goons, maybe all of his zealots, and a Reaver. I'm not sure if that was worth, because actually the SCV count looked like it got thinned out a decent amount, but supplies are still quite even, which means it should be a good scenario for Terran right now.
Well, he lose Shuttle, he lose River, he lose Dragoons, he lose Server. One more server. And there is a drop coming to his main. And wow, man is so good. He actually predicted that.
Yeah, I think with his bust, he saw. Okay, I thought he moved him for a second, and he almost gets that dropship. That would have been catastrophic if he lost the dropship and 4 vultures. That would have given so much map control to Mini.
Yeah. So what do you think like Ssak plan is in this situation? Like more factories? Because I honestly don't see him taking an expansion right now.
Well, the way he's playing it looks like he is going to probably take bottom middle. He's not building factories. If he was going to go, oh, he is building 2 more actually. But I think this is defensive. I think this is for him to just take a third base. If he was going to do like a 7 fact timing, I think we would have already seen the 6th and 7th fact by now, but maybe not. We do have Shuttle moving to top right, gonna knock down this vulture, and I do see a drop from Ssak going to top middle.
Oh my god, this draw cheap.
Alright, laying some mines in that. Okay, there are 2 goons there. No cannon though, so this
The base is open?
Yeah, this is gonna rack up a lot of kills. The shuttle's also out of position too. He gets 2 probes, 3. Gets both goons, maybe 4, 5 probes. Oh my gosh, this was a ton of damage. 6. He's gonna get like 8 probes here.
Oh my god, he's also like he put mines.
Yeah, he put mines on the pathway, so there was no way that Mini's gonna be able to defend it. It actually is going to be a 6 or 7 fact, because we see the 6th fact being built. There's still no 3rd command center, and I think that may even be an additional factory at the natural. That's another big building there that yeah, the science facility is already built, so what could that possibly be? It has to be 7 facts. This is gonna be tough to hold.
This is a +2 attack, 7 factories all in, or this is like, I mean, it's all in, right? Like, this is it.
Yeah, generally this is pretty much all in. And did I just see 3 gateways and that's it? That's all Protoss has? He has 4 gates, man. That's it.
He has 1 gateway in the natural as well. It's not that many, right?
Yeah, that's definitely not enough. I mean, there are games where I watched Protoss players not even be able to win versus 7 fact if they have 10 gateways. So I don't know if Mini has misread the situation or what's going on, but he desperately needs some factories, or some gateways, I mean.
The first expansion is exposed. There is a shot now coming to, but the range is well defended. I mean, Terran is well defended.
Yeah,
there's so many units for Terran.
Well, this is a huge mistake if he goes in. 3 Goliaths will 2-shot a shuttle once they have +1 upgrades. We do have vultures at top right, and he is going to knock down this cannon and potentially the next.
Speechless. He's killing cannons with Vultures right now. This is the power of +2.
I know. Terran +2 is really strong, man. And still no command centers. And actually, that was an eBay at the natural. So this is going to be 6-fact timing pretty soon. Supplies are 130 to 130. Terran can definitely easily win that fight. Shuttle sneaking around the left side. No
shuttle.
Oh, no Goliath set up. Shuttle gets into the main. Oh, does it though? Three Reavers. Oh no. Oh my god, clutch D-Matrix. So these Reavers were complete waste.
Oh my god, Nyoken. That was so sick. What a hold.
Yeah, that was absolutely perfect hold from Ssak. He loses 1 tank for 3 Reavers. Absolutely nuts trade. And he shut down the entire base at top right. I think if Ssak wants to attack, this is about as good of an opportunity as he's going to get, because now Mini's starting to flood the gateways.
Can you tell me something? The 2 Goliaths in the main, he actually prepared out. That was like a lucky 2 Goliaths round that got out from the factory.
Well, if it was me, it would definitely be luck, but I think Ssak must have calculated it. He's played versus Mini enough times. He knows this guy loves to play shuttles. Felt like a calculated move.
There's a big attack coming, man. I don't see his... Well, there is 1 SCV. Maybe he's spending.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that SCV is for. Maybe for pushing with the turret, but here comes the attack.
You have to be kidding me. His
oh my
worker
gosh.
is going to intercept all of them.
Yeah, and that's going to draw all the attention over there. Okay, there's going to be a counterattack, but there's already a lot of mine set up. This is not a very big army. There's not a lot of Goliaths. He's countering. This is it. I think Mini's actually just going to die here. Yes, he might kill the natural, but this army is unstoppable that Ssak has.
Oh, High Templar?
Does he have Storm? I don't see any Storms. Did not have up. Oh, and they blow up to a mine. There's more Reavers coming out, but they're so hard to use at this point in the game. This is a billion tanks. Did Ssak do it? How do you stop this?
1 billion times 2 Reavers is gonna be close.
Well, Protoss still has 3 bases, still has a ton of eco. Reavers unload, get massive hits onto the tanks, but there's still so many tanks left over. However, Sakk's natural is getting ransacked by those goons. Oh my god, look how many probes there are.
In the tier expansion as well.
There's like 50 probes there. That's literally all of his income. However, Mini recognizes that, sends over a Reaver and a Goon, and that is going to be a saved base. Supplies have plummeted for both sides. We got 80 versus 80. The Reaver has done a lot of work.
Eco for a Ssak is not great.
Yeah, it's not great, but I mean, he's on top of the natural, and I think he can cut off or take down the third base. The probe transfer is huge, but again, Ssak on top of it with his vulture harassment intercepts them one more time.
Yeah, but two healthy bases, to be honest, for Protoss.
Yeah, Protoss still has those 2 bases, like you said, but supplies have plummeted for both sides. This Nexus is still alive somehow. Oh, did he lose his eBay? He lost his eBay, so he can't turret push. Oh. Okay, oh my god, he still has so many shuttles.
Oh my god, he's playing 76 strats right now.
Yeah, shuttle man. Okay, he's gonna move over to top middle. Goodbye, Reaver. He's just gonna counter.
Oh boy.
He's just countering the whole time. Oh my, this is so annoying.
This is all his army. This is all his army.
Yeah, that's it. He has nothing there. Oh my, did Mini do it? The tanks were out of position. God. Oh no.
It's actually so close. It's so close that I don't know what to tell you. Because Reavers can be so great.
Oh, I know they're great. Oh my god, how many shuttles does he have? He has 4 more?
Okay, he's killing the dragoons. But, oh man, Ssak is so loud, Nyoken.
Yeah, he desperately needs to get rid of this freaking shuttle, man. The shuttle is saving Mini's ass big time.
Oh, he doesn't want to die.
Get it. Oh, he got it. But he got the tank. More shuttles.
You know what? I feel like Mini did it.
I think Mini did it also. I think that top right base is clutching it for him. He's still got eco, whereas, okay, I guess actually Ssak has eco somehow. Bottom middle is up and running. Supplies have plummeted for him, and he's at 55. Tanks are on the right side. There's nothing to defend the top right. There's Reavers in the main of Ssak, but okay, Vultures versus Reavers. That's not ideal for Terran.
Oh my god, don't.
Top
Oh,
right.
there is new base for Terra, man! There is a new base for Terra and Mini doesn't know about it.
Oh, DT.
You have to be kidding me. Oh no.
Oh, he's gonna get he got the DT. There's a DT at top right, but the Nexus was
Oh,
low
he's
from those
not
Vultures.
killing tanks. He's not killing the tanks. There is no Nexus for Protoss. There is no eco.
Protoss is basically. Oh,
Wait,
DT's at the
DT.
natural.
Oh no way.
He doesn't realize that. Okay, he does realize, so he's gonna save those. Protoss is long distance mining. Reavers need money to build scarabs. What an insane game!
You know what? But there are only DTs. There is like one DT or something like that.
Yeah, that's it.
There is nothing else.
He has a ton of scans, so he's gonna survive. I guess.
Scan.
There's a Reaver. There's a Reaver.
Oh my god.
There's two Reavers.
There are always more
Oh,
Reavers.
D-Matrix. He clutched it. I think Ssak did it. I mean, Mini has nothing. He has nothing.
Oh my god, we are about to.
He's at 30 supply. I realize Ssak is at 30 supply also, but he at least has his natural running.
Long distance.
No! Look at Mini's reaction. He knows it. It's over. He can't believe it. I can't believe it.
I told you. Never doubt SK Telecom T1 Terrans.
Oh my god. He's out. Round of 24 champion, or champion from previous couple seasons. He's gone in the round of 24. There's no way. No way he can win. Oh, and a mind even connects. Oh, Archon and a Reaver.
Archon. GG. G freaking GG. Oh my god.
Oh my, Ssak, you can see Ssak smiling because he knows he got lucky. Well, I mean, it was close, but like, Mini thrives in those situations because he always makes it wild with the shuttle. So for Ssak to win there was absolutely nuts. And so we've got Action moving on in first place, and now Ssak moving in second place, and one of the favorites to win it all already gone.
That is crazy. The favorite player, probably top 3 player right now in the scene. Wow.
Yeah, I cannot believe that he ended up not winning that game. I thought for sure that those Reavers were gonna do work, but clutch play from Ssak. Unreal.
Yeah, let me give some credit to Ssak because he made so many great plays in the game. It's not like he won the game, to be honest.
Yeah.
He made so many great predictions as well.
Yeah, he intercepted the probes like 4 times. Those vultures that didn't kill the Nexus at top right actually helped him a lot because those tanks ended up finishing the job quite quickly. And the D-Matrix on some of the tanks to save them from the Reavers was amazing.
I can imagine Ssak interview right now. It's like, yeah, I trained all night with Bisu. He was mad, but he helped me. Today I won.
I'm sure all of his practice partners are very excited for him because that is just crazy for him to take down Mini. And now I'm sure everybody in the tournament is happy that happened because now they don't have to worry about Mini in the tournament anymore.
For sure, that Mini a best of 3, best of 5 is such a danger. Mini is out because it's a best of 1. I have no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, Ssak is fantastic, but I don't know if best of 3 could have gotten him. But best of 1, he did what he needed to do. I mean, he's looking...
eyes, man. The guy, he has eyes.
He's a TVT god, and now apparently he's upped his skill in TVP. He's going to be a real threat in the round of 16, clearly, because he looked absolutely perfect versus Hiya. And then this game was definitely no joke either. His defense was immaculate versus the drops.
He got such momentum going with the Hiya game, and somehow it's crazy that transfers to Mini, to the game against Mini.
Yeah.
보이지 않는 곳에서.
I don't even know what to say because I was not expecting this at all.
Yeah, man. I told you, never doubt.
Never doubt. Yeah. Man, I would like to get a count on how many shuttles Mini built, because it felt like he built like so many. Imagine if, you know, even just 3 or 4 of them were just a couple extra goons in some of these fights or zealots instead of shuttles. I don't know, but he just barely ended up not being able to salvage the game versus Ssak.
Wow, it's so crazy that Mini is out. Like, if you ask me, it was so clear. Mini action.
Me too.
But no.
Well, who's the Protoss hope now? Who's going to hold the torch for Protoss going forward? Do you think it's going to be Bisu or Best?
There is a Snow as well.
Oh, yeah, Snow too.
Snow is it's crazy to me because each time I talk to someone, they tell me like, oh yeah, Snow is the big deal now.
Yeah,
Snow is the big deal. Even better than Bisu.
Yeah, my
I'm like, hey, chill. Like, they just like, yeah, Snow is the big deal now.
Well, my personal opinion of Snow is I think he's definitely up there if he's not the best. I mean, his PvT is just insane. His PvP is insane. And his PvZ is equally good. So I think he could definitely be the Protoss hope of this tournament. And we're getting a rundown of how today went. We saw a win from Mini versus Hiya. Action took down Ssak. Then Action took down Mini. Ssak took down Hiya. And then Ssak taking down Mini himself. So we have a Terran and a Zerg moving on into the round of 16. And there were already a lot of Terrans in the round of 24. So Protoss and Zerg players need to get as many in there as possible.
That was a lot of fun, man. So many great games. And it's day one. Can you believe that?
No. Yeah, they were all very exciting. Maybe the Mini Hiya game was kind of the most lackluster, but Hiya had a very good attempted comeback despite being down so far. And tomorrow we've got Group B, which as you can see is going to be Bisu versus Hyun, Sharp versus Barracks. And during one of the breaks we had one of the highlights, or we had a highlight reel of the players. That Bisu versus Effort game on Circuit Breakers that they were highlighting. Dude, Bisu was attacking 5 bases at the same time.
You know what I was thinking? Like, those graphics look so great.
They do. They really look sick.
Like, I swear to God, my graphics don't look like that in remaster.
Yeah.
The original graphics, like, they look so great.
They do indeed. So remember, guys, tomorrow it's going to be the same time, and then there's going to be another group on Friday. So there's going to be a gap on Thursday, but we'll be back on Friday, and then I think again, and then it's going to be a repeat to the week after, and that should finish out all the round of 24. So definitely mark your calendar or make an alarm for tomorrow at around this time, because we'll be back with Group B. And Eonzerg, this was your...
we do have...
Mm-hmm.
No, I was going to say, let me see, we do have ASL, you say, on Friday.
Yeah, we've got ASL on Friday, but not on Thursday.
Okay. Friday and then Sunday.
Do we have it on Sunday?
Yeah, I see that. There is a game on Sunday. Snow, Bishop, Shuttle, and Jayton.
Okay, well I'll have to look at the actual schedule. It keeps getting switched around, so I'll have to double check. But I know for sure tomorrow we're casting again, and Friday we'll be casting. So Eonzerg, it was your first ASL cast. It's your debut. How was it?
I mean, I said it already. It was a lot of fun. I think I was being genuine, like with the reactions and everything. Like, didn't fake it at all. I was having a lot of fun, you know. So many crazy games. Like I say, it's day one. It's crazy.
Yeah, ASL always delivers, and if day one's going to be this good, you know that day 2, day 3, and beyond are just going to be even better. After
Tomorrow Bisu is playing. In my mind, this is the last season Bisu can win an ASL, because if Flash plays the next one or the next one, that's it.
Flash is just going to take over again. Could happen, for sure. Well, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place.